StreamYard has a nice view of the mic. Am I live on there yet? It says I'm live.
You're live.
Awesome. Yeah, for you guys on StreamYard, you can join the main presentation at DealMachine.com. Click join live stream there. You can ask questions and participate in the spinning of the wheel, which will win you $990 worth of stuff. Should you be chosen, you've got to be on the main webinar platform to join. So that's just at DealMachine.com, which I think we're ready to go live there too, right? I've got the live button. So does that mean I'm good to go, Elise?
Yeah, you can go live.
All right, cool. So there's a little bit of a delay. It's been clicked. So here we go. You guys didn't know we've been working on this for like 18 months. So this very moment has been a big buildup for us. I'm so glad you guys have joined me. So glad you have joined me. And we've got a main webinar platform, DealMachine.com. You can go there, join the live stream, and you can be entered to win a chance to win $990. But it looks like we're live. I see a ton of comments in the chat. Help me welcome everybody by telling me where you're calling in from. I'm actually calling in from Austin, Texas. We've got DealMachine team members in the chat as well. They've got their name with DealMachine on there. So they're calling in from various locations in Indianapolis and St. Louis. But I also wanted to give you guys a couple of housekeeping things. We're going to have a replay of this sent out later this evening. This is a 3-night event, so we'll send replays at the end of each night. And if you guys have questions, answer it in the chat on the main webinar platform, Instagram, YouTube. Join at DealMachine.com for the main webinar platform where you can ask questions and be entered to win $990 of a prize that we will spin the wheel for anyone in attendance on the main webinar platform. Welcome to DealMachine Unveiled, everybody. So this is our 4th unveiled ever. Last time we did this, we took the data that cost 10 cents per house and we made it really, really cheap. 0.5 cents per house was what you could export it through your subscription with DealMachine. Since then, that has garnered 50% more of you on this webinar using DealMachine. I know you guys have gotten a lot of value from the last time, so that is why I'm so excited to show you what we have been working on for the last 18 months to help you grow your business. So there's 3 people here. If you're new here, you're about to see why investors run their business on DealMachine data. If you've kind of considered coming back, this is not the DealMachine you left. DealMachine was a driving for dollars app long ago. You can still do that on the platform, but a huge innovation and evolution of the property data app since about 18 months ago was that it became data focused, right? So when we made that 10-cent skip tracing data available within your subscription, and it was not only cheaper, 20 times cheaper when you could export it for 10,000 credits, on a $99 plan, it was also better. You could filter it in many more ways. And if you're already with us, it is getting a lot better. So stay tuned. You're hearing from me. I'm the co-founder of DealMachine. We started 9 years ago. And in that time frame, we've been able to help 100,000 of you close deals. And also we were nominated as the Entrepreneur of the Year, Ernst & Young 2026 finalist. And with us, I've got a friend, I've got a customer, Travis Goodwin. He built a career by doing the opposite of chasing the next hot market. He's focused on his small market and been able to do 4 deals per month for over 8 years and has avoided the trap of scaling too big just for the sake of scaling and creating a business that he didn't like. He spends only 3 hours per day doing revenue generating activities and is able to have such an amazing business that he spends the rest of his time on Facebook groups and in his small market REI group, helping other investors get their deals sold. He teaches investors how to have better conversations to lead to more deals. Travis, how does it feel to be doing this 8 years? We've been doing this for about the same time, which is really amazing and a treat to have you on tonight. But man, how does it feel to have 8 years kind of under your belt?
Hey man, first of all, thank you for having me here, David. It's always a pleasure, being with the DealMachine family and coming on and talk to you and seeing you. And I will say, man, this last 8 years has been a roller coaster, and it's a blessing to be here because DealMachine has been here with me along the way, right? So when I first got started, I remember having a notepad and a pencil, and I was driving for dollars and I was struggling. Then DealMachine came along, right? So, DealMachine has been along with me along the ride. I've done over, between me and my partner, we've done over 1,000 deals, and most of these deals, that involve me has had DealMachine involved. So man, I'm so happy and excited to see what you guys are working on, and I can't wait for the next 8 years with it.
It's a joy to be on here with you. And it's lucky for us that you found us early, because now we could say that we're both a day one, right? It's like we've been with each other for the whole time, and that is special. I wanted to take a moment and shout out a few people that are in the chat, because this is live. So it's live on Webinar Jam is the main thing. You can get there by going to DealMachine.com, and you can enter to win $990 by the end of this. We've got Earl from Oakland. We've got Angela from West Palm Beach, Florida. We've got Ray from Winstead, Connecticut. I was just in Connecticut. We've got Shaquila from Odessa, Texas. Monica from Pensacola, Florida. Craig from North Carolina. Michelle from Manhattan Beach, California. Tony Howard from Cincinnati. Summer on the Deal Machine team. Shout out Summer. She's just been an amazing head of engineering for us. Been working with the team for 18 months. Thank you so much for joining. Guys, if you have questions, put them in the chat. My team has Deal Machine in their name. They can answer those for you. They're also going to pull the best questions for me to answer so that I can answer them live. So we're all eyes on deck here to help you guys. So let me give you a brief overview of where we are headed tonight. It's going to take shape in 4 main parts. We're going to talk about where we've been the last 18 months. We haven't had any big innovations in the last 18 months. And this is the culmination of that. We're going to talk about the problem that we've noticed you guys are having that we could solve over the last 18 months. Then we're going to show you what we've been building to solve it and explain what it means to you in a very meaningful way, and wrap up by giving you guys a spin of the wheel to pick a lucky winner for the $990 Deal Machine plan. So for the last 18 months, we didn't have any flashy updates. 18 months ago, again, we came out with that skip tracing data included in your subscription. It used to cost 10 cents per house. We would let you include it in your subscription at no extra cost and export 10,000 of it, which was the equivalent of like half a penny per house. So we made it better because you could filter by more of those skip tracing fields, like does the phone number have a lot of utilization, et cetera. And then you could also export it, and it was great. That's why there's 50% more of you now than there was 18 months ago. But we've been observing, right? One thing we observed was like some people have multiple Deal Machine plans. We're like, why is that? And they just wanted more data. And we couldn't make the plans have any more data because it would have slowed things down, right? There was already kind of a level that we were bumping up against when we added more filters and you guys were consuming more data, things were slowing a little bit down. But there was one clear thing, is you wanted more data. So the problem, in a few other words, was that every month you would export this data that was better, it was more filterable, it was 20 times cheaper, you're getting great contact rates with your marketing to reach the right homeowners, but it became scattered and siloed because you had CSVs on your VA's computer, you had CSVs in your email, you had to clear out your account because we had a 60,000 export account, you could have a max of 120 in it. And that was an engineering limitation. If we allowed you to have more in it, it would have been slow, but that means you had to delete stuff every 2 months. So the account itself forgot what you actually exported. So you might have exported the same thing 3 months later that you already had sitting in a CSV on your computer. Some of it was slow and unreliable. Now I checked some of the competitors, you could skip trace 7,000 leads and it took 45 minutes. We were already ahead of that curve by letting you export, say, 50,000 leads with the phone numbers, and it would take a minute. It would take about a minute, like 60 seconds, okay? So we were already ahead of that, but it just didn't feel good enough. So we went hard to work. The third thing was that you actually had to pay for contacts with no phone. Let's say that you guys were texting. Some of our customers will do calling, some of them will do texting. Let's say that you wanted to do texting, so you only need the mobile numbers, but you had to filter properties that were like rundown, absentee owned, and then you had to build that list and export it. Now you could remove the landlines, but it would still have the property on there. And maybe it didn't have any mobiles, but it still charged you as an export credit, right? And so I know that was a point of friction. We asked, what if the best data in the industry was also the most accessible, fast, you could search it countrywide, and it was wired into every tool you already use? How does that sound, Travis? What if
countrywide?
Countrywide, that's right, not countywide, countrywide.
So the whole country, the whole United States.
That's what I'm saying. Or even, I know you don't do the whole country yourself. Some people virtually do, but
that's power. You
to
have that data.
Yeah, you would do your whole state, right?
Yeah, definitely.
What are some of those filters that you would want to apply to your whole state, for example?
whole state, definitely we want some equity there, David, right? Because, definitely with cash, you want to deal with some equity. So, let's say, 40, 45% equity is what I like to do. If you do sub 2, you can do different, of course. So let's see. We want to add I like probate. So let's add some probate to that, so let's go statewide to probate and high equity. I don't need a lot of filters. I'm good with that. Let's see, I would be happy to see what all in my state that could provide.
Yeah, I think one really interesting thing as well is some people have a very specific homeowner, right? They want a rundown house in a neighborhood that is 300K ARV. They want to select those markets or even do research on like which markets have the highest percentage of those homes that the inventory moves quickly, right? And you just couldn't search nationwide. Like you couldn't say of all the markets that are bigger than 1 million properties, like which one has the lowest days on market. And why is that important? It's so that you could sell your deal quickly, right? So if you're a nationwide wholesaler, like these are things that are important. But let's say you're even just in your own county. Like you would want to do research to say, where's like the hottest flipping area? Where are the flippers like buying the most properties? Where are these properties? You know what I mean? Like some people just want to select and do research, let alone like pull data. But if you are only limited to 5 counties, it's very difficult. So that's the big moment I'm ready to show you guys is the next evolution of DealMachine is still the best data. It's still the best price, but now it is more powerful and more connected, natively wired into the tools you already use, and full capability for those of you who have AI agents, for the agent to do everything that you would do with the interface without you touching the interface. But the interface is sick, all right? So I know you guys are like 20% of you using AI to that extent, and some of you will still need to want to use the interface. I do, I love it, especially when it works this good and it's this fast. So the very first thing I wanted you guys to know is this is the same idea. It is a whole new machine. It is the same data, it's the same idea. It is a machine that took 18 months to build so that it could process 150 million property records and 300 million people records and connect those data sets and lets you filter them in literally 2 seconds across the nation. I'm not joking. This is crazy because before on the left-hand side, if you look very closely, you could see 5 rectangles at the bottom. Those are counties because that is the max the old system would let you do. You could select 5 counties and the total properties here is like 400,000 properties. Some of our bigger customers export more than 400,000 a month. So this was like a just huge limitation and clunkiness, right? But I mean, we were just holding on to give you guys the data. We didn't even know you guys would want the data this much. We came out with it 18 months ago, okay? So this has just been a joy to work on. On the right, you can see it's way more zoomed out. You've got yellow hexagons on the United States showing you where all those properties are. And you can see the areas that are sparse is like Wyoming in the mountains where there's not a lot of houses, right? That's why that's looking like that. But also, if you look closely, it's 157 million properties, 378 million phone numbers, 341 emails, and 165 property owners, all right? So let's dive into not only the actual desktop app is super fast like that. It's going to extend to a brand new, refreshed, next evolution of the mobile app that you can use for driving for dollars, that you can use for on-premise, rehab calculations, offer calculations. You can add properties and research them on the go with an app that no longer gets a little bit hung up when you're in traffic and you're trying to add a property and you're trying to get out of the way. This works just as fast. You could do just as much on the mobile app as you could before, but it is faster and it is snappy and it feels just as amazing as an instant Google search. So let's dive into the desktop app. Yeah, Travis,
stop real quick.
Tell me.
We gotta stop. This is game changing, guys. Like I'm so excited. Right? I feel like a kid at the candy store. This is awesome. Keep going. I just wanted to stop. I hope everybody, if you guys are getting value out of this and you guys like this, please comment in the chat. Let David know he's doing a good job. Keep going, man.
Shout out Jeremy Davis on Instagram. Join us at DealMachine.com to get in here, get a $990 prize. Thank you, Travis. So right here, the interface is natural text language. We're all familiar with that with chatbots. So you could just say, hey, I am having an emergency. It is like 1 week left of the month and we don't have enough leads to meet our quota. If we don't meet our quota, that means my sales guys aren't going to make enough money and they're going to quit. And then I'm going to lose all my training time, etc. Please give me the most ideal like list of properties to market to, the most distressed people, the ones that need help, the ones that would prefer speed and convenience over the top dollar price, these houses that are run down, maybe unlivable. Like, please pull me the most effective, 5,000 properties to get in touch with today, please. You could say that, all right, and it'll give it to you. Now, you've got a property page that you're going to be familiar with. Some of the basic functionality shows the address, the estimated price, some free and clear tags, high equity, absentee owner, like just real important highlights about, is this property a decent deal for investors? You got photos. You can see the investment insights like estimated equity, 70% rule popping up there. And then I want to bring your attention to that middle column because we've got property and owner info. That's where the phone numbers are going to be. We got location and comparable, so you could tell what's the ARV. Financial overview, which tells you what kind of mortgage they might have. We got property history and trends to tell you if the neighborhood's gone up or down or which direction the overall price is moving. We got, that's the neighborhood and market analytics, property analysis tools. So that could be like a BRRRR calculator, a wholesale calculator, a sub-2 calculator. This is going to show you the average mortgage calculator if you just like buy it and rent it out. So this is going to be where those live in driving activity if your team has driven there. Let's move to the heat view map. So now that we can filter all these data points, 150 million in just 2 seconds, now we can begin to do research. So again, this is the heat map. This is a little bit different than the hexagons. This actually shows you as a percentage, where are the hot spots, okay, as in terms of like where are the most vacant rundown house. And this one, some of you guys are just been begging us for it. Like every day, somebody's like, well, how can I connect this to get the skip tracing data over to my AI agent, get these phone numbers over to my Mojo dialer? So we're going to start out with a direct mail app, a Driving for Dollars app, and the Zapier integration. And what's very exciting about this page is we anticipate that the next month from now and the month after that and the month after that, you're seeing additional apps like Salesforce connectivity, like Mojo dialer connectivity, right? With your favorite tools that you use, like, yeah, you're going to be able to, if you're AI inclined, you're going to have the full API today, but you can build the connectors yourself. But if you're not, if you haven't done a deal yet, maybe you shouldn't be doing that, right? These native integrations are coming and they're going to come on a routine basis, which is very exciting. Travis, what other tools do you use?
I'm not a big tool guy, man. I'm not the question. I'm not, I'm very basic. DealMachine is pretty much my big tool. So now that I have this is great, man. This looks like, I mean, I'm speechless, David. I really am. I'm speechless, man. You guys are really turning this up.
Well, I appreciate the kind words. Let me show you what made me speechless. 150 million properties filtered in under 10 seconds. It's going to be even faster than that, guys, but go to the properties here and we could see there's 157 million. Now, one thing you might be wondering is nationwide, how many of these are owner occupied? You got any idea, Travis?
What did you say?
Nationwide, how many of the 157 million properties are owner occupied? Do you know the answer?
Oh gosh, I have no idea. Let's look it up.
Yeah, let's count how long it takes to look that up, okay? I'm going to press it in the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, press 1. Oh, 74 million properties. So it was just that fast. Let's see absentee owned now. Let's see 157 million properties absentee owned. Oh, 65 million properties. Amazing. So how many of those are out of state as well? So let's filter that. Oh, wow, 11 million properties. So this is how fast the platform works. Do you guys realize how crazy that is? It used to take, dude, it used to 5 counties used to take like 20 seconds. And then like sometimes you would have to refresh it because it timed out. I mean, it was just because so many people were using that data. This is truly amazing.
What a time to be alive, guys. That's
dude,
all I got to say.
It's exciting. So you got 150 million properties, 240 million people, which is everyone in the US minus people who are under the age of 18. And we've got 800 filters on people and properties together to search the entire county in seconds. There's nothing like it. I promise you, there's nothing else like this. So another couple perks you got is you never have to clear out your leads again. So before, we wanted to give you a big export limit because we know you guys wanted the data, but the platform, it couldn't handle much more properties in the system. So if you had a 60,000 per month export limit, it was going to cap you at 120,000 properties in the account total, because otherwise it would get too slow, right? And so what you had to do was you had to delete stuff like every couple months. Like, did you ever have to delete anything, Travis?
Oh man.
Yeah, you just had to make room, right? But the problem is you kind of forgot what was exported and you might export it again later. So that is not going to happen anymore. It's going to remember all the stuff forever. So the other thing is just how fast it is. And don't take our word for it. We have a customer, we intend to keep them as well. Just Kronos Solutions was one of the people testing this over the last 2 months. Shout out Kronos. We gave them early access. We were like, hey, would you guys want to try this? And he goes, good news, it's a lot faster. And the other guy goes, super fast. And then they discovered some bug we had to fix. And we were like, well, while we're fixing it, it's going to take us a day. Like, go ahead and pull it from the old system. And their reaction was priceless. They go, no, we'll wait. It was just like, it was so much better and more enjoyable in the new system that they were willing to wait a whole day just so they didn't have to pull it from the old DealMachine, right? So I just was excited to be able to share that. So this is a great comment. Somebody said, this is basically if OpenAI, Claude, and DealMachine had a baby. So shout out to that guy. That's pretty much it. So what we've been building, and I'm going to spend some more time here going into some of the details. So, but Travis, any other, big takeaways or comments you want to add before we do that?
No, guys, I mean, really, there's nothing else like this out right now. I mean, DealMachine's always, one thing I will say about DealMachine is when they do something and it's not so good, they get rid of it and they focus on their strengths and what they're good at. What they're good at, obviously, is this data. So again, you guys got to utilize this. If you don't understand it, spend some time in it because this is value right here. That's pretty much what I have to say right now. Keep going.
Thank you, man. So let's walk through how to find properties in DealMachine with a whiz bang quick tutorial. So I'm going to walk you through the most important parts. Now, the first thing is this grid view of properties. I've left it on the nationwide out-of-state owner search. It loaded 11 million properties. And we could click into one of these properties and go through the property details card. And I'll show you what the rest of that looks like in just a moment. But before I do that, I wanted to take you back into the map view. So right now we're in the grid view. The next thing is this map view. I'm going to start on the hexagon view because that's where we started. And this is going to show you with these yellow hexagons across the country, where are all these out-of-state owned properties. Perfect. And now you can click on the 3D mode so you could tell where are the high density locations. And if you zoom in, you could actually see that these red ones are three-dimensional hexagons, right? And if we look at the overall properties, they get really tall because that's where the cities are. So it's a great way to visualize however you prefer, right? Like visualization is such an important part of communication and research. I mean, you can tell right away, where's Manhattan? It's right there. You can see because the hexagon's real tall. All right, so the next thing that we'll do is the heat map view. So the heat map is kind of like hexagons, except for it's going to show you like a percentage. Like this is where the percentage of the out-of-state owned properties is highest. And that's going to be a new and different way of visualizing it. And what's really cool is when you guys do research, let's say you're like communicating with a partner, you can actually jump over here and take a screenshot. So I just did that. It just exported this image to my desktop so I can just email it to my partner. This is game changing. It's the actual county view. Because when I was looking at this, I was like, dude, this shows me which counties have the most out-of-state owned properties. And I quickly went up here. I'm like, what the heck is St. Louis, Michigan? Literally never heard of it. It's a county where it must be really beautiful because they have so many out-of-state owned properties. I see a lot of lakes. Must be pretty nice. I was learned something today. But this is sick right here, this county view. We're in this standard view. You can also add to the satellite view, of course. I did want to go back to the hexagon view because that allows me to also draw a custom area. So if I want to do Missouri and Kansas together, I could draw that shape and then I can generate my hexagons in just my custom shape. Or if you're a real estate agent, this is very common to do a radius search. So I can zoom in on a property I just sold, and then I could click send mail to all the properties that are within a 1 or 5 or 7 mile radius of the house I just sold, because I want to let them know I just sold this house. And if they want something sold quickly, they can contact me too. All right, so that's another feature of
I'm glad
the map.
you mentioned that, David. That was good. Somebody asked that in the comments if they were a real estate agent and how this could be utilized. So I'm glad you shared that.
Thank you for filling me in there. The comments are moving faster than I can see, but I promise you my team's answering them, and I'll be pulling the best questions and answering those just after we get through this demo. So now we've seen the grid view and the map view, and you've also got a split view, which is freaking cool. So you can customize it and even move it over to how big the map is or the grid view is itself. But now, dude, this is game changing, Travis. So you can do find people. So first of all, the location is going to be based off of where they live, not necessarily where the rental property is. You can filter by their age. You can filter by their consumer segment. Look at this affluent suburban older homeowners with renters and renters without children. Or,
wow.
Or you got high income
so
suburban middle-aged renters with children. I mean, this is crazy. You guys are going to have fun.
This is crazy.
Yeah. You got education level. You can figure out where the most doctorates are in the country. You got male, female. You got family member, homeowner, renter, couples with kids, single dad, single mom. So I guess you could do an advertising campaign for a dating app. Elderly parents, primary decision maker, household size, likely mortgage candidate with high income, likely mortgage candidate who's young, likely mortgage applicant overall, military, marital status, veteran in the household. I'm just going to fly through it. Balance, shift level, credit card spend level, carries a credit card balance, credit behavior, high credit card balance, income and
everything.
Yeah, income and wealth. We've got cautionary buyers, top tier buyers. We've got residence and property, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, when their lease is going to end, what time frame that might be. And we've got list membership, which brings me to the list function of DealMachine. So if you guys have done any of these filters and you're like, hey, I want to save this list, well, you could do that. Right here, you can go to all lists and you can see the list that I've saved. So these are just some past lists. So again, when you're creating new lists, you can exclude old lists. So that's exactly how you go about it. If you were going to export stuff in West Virginia and you wanted to make sure you excluded properties that you exported, sometime in the past year, is just make sure you add those properties to a list every time that you do an export. So that's how you're going to be able to create that. And so the next thing that you could do is you could import a list. So it's right under here, under all lists, is you could click drag and drop your list here. And then I'll go to my downloads and I will try to find a list. There you go. Some New Jersey homeowners that I exported, and we'll just re-import it back to DealMachine. So you've got the ability to upload properties based on address, coordinates, which some counties have coordinates, or the APN. You can also import it based on contact data like email address and phone number. And so I'll just do address. The AI is going to detect, hey, we got the address in multiple parts. We got street number and name, city, state, and zip all mapped out. So I can say continue, ignore the other fields. This thing's going to go for it while I actually continue on and show you guys a couple more things. Now we've got past search history. So I was just searching Kansas with the custom drawing. And so that's right here. I could just jump right back into it. Or we talked about all the absentee or the out of state owned properties in the country, 11 million properties. We've got absentee owned rental properties or owner occupied properties, right? So these are all past searches that are going to automatically be there. So the next thing I wanted to show you guys is the natural language feature. So I hinted that. And by the way, I'm just going to take a moment. This isn't on my list, but I have to show you guys. If you guys want to just search David Lecco, I'm there. All right. I'm right here. You could search me. You can find my properties. You could basically do any type of deep research by the name. You could also search for, this is my phone. This is my real phone number. You could search by phone number. Oh, there I am.
No way.
Or you could search by david@dealmachine.com. I mean, what skip tracing provider allows you to do that? I'm telling you guys, this is more powerful than anything out there. You could also search by address, of course. You guys have been able to do that for a while, but this is going to be a true game changer for everyone, right? Beginner, intermediate, advanced, builders, everybody. This is so powerful. So back to where I was going to show you though is
it literally turns you to the DealMachine Terminator for real.
But a good version of that. Something we're helping people. So what I wanted to show you guys is the deep research on the properties page. So this is a random property, and I want to pick one that has like an actual, that looked like a gazebo. So let me pick one that's an actual property, not like a vacant piece of land. But what I guess I would have a filter for that. I mean, shoot, I should know that. All right, so let's go to property type and single family home. This is going across all those 11 million properties. All right. This is in Boise, Michigan. Random property for $27,000. Let's go with that. Crazy amount of dollars for buying this property. All right, so let's talk about the whole property page and what it means. So first of all, estimated value, free and clear, out-of-state owner, high equity, absentee owner, off market. It's not listed. Estimated equity, 70% rule. Holy cow. This is really helpful because the 70% rule is like, hey, your maximum allowable offer should leave you a margin of safety, because when you buy a property to fix it up, you're always going to have these gotchas. In order to make money as a real estate investor, you need a profit margin, right? And those gotchas are going to fill up that profit margin. So 70% rule is there. I'm glad it's there because it's always lower than it seems like it should be, right? It feels like offensive to offer $16,000 for this property, but we've got it right here for you so you don't forget and make the mistake of offering too high. You got the property details. You got all this information. A lot of you guys, land guys, you really like some of the data that we added, like it has street frontage. It has utilities connected to it. It's not landlocked. And also the wetlands and then the FEMA flood zones, right? So all that data is here. It is filterable, but it's also here on the property card. And it's really important when you're looking at a property to know those things, because it's going to be marketed way different. It's going to have a totally different value if it's got road access or not, okay? So that's why it's really important. Also, a lot of you guys who are doing flips, you love those double lot properties where you can break even on the flip and you can sell the lot for $80,000. Then, of course, we've got the recorded owner. So we've got Stuart Falconer and Casey Falconer, and then we have their associated contacts. So we can reveal the phone numbers, which is basically a skip trace. So we're going to get the phone numbers for all three of these related contacts. And this is the county data set right here. And then this is the matched contact data that we've matched with our contact data set. And so once that's revealed, that would cost like a credit, like you would skip trace and spend a credit. You have a bucket of export credits, if you will. And then as you continue down, you've got the location and comparables. So the comps are right there. This is important so you know what the house looks like in perfect condition. And at your fingertips, you're able to click the house so that you could see if this was a pretty condition house. And it was, right? You could see this thing looks nice. We've got the photos inside. It looks like a solid surface countertop, and it looks like those cabinets are the ones my parents put in that are like designer, but 20 years ago. So, it's got a little, some mixed signals, but important. If we thought this was not reflecting the nice nature of the property that we envisioned ours was going to be, we would just remove it by clicking it. So I click it and it removes it, right? So I click it, it reselects it. Watch the average price go up and down. I've removed it. I've added it, right? So you can look at the photos. You can decide if this property is very pretty and if it reflects the quality of the property that you would want to put in yours and envision that selling like for. So now I can remove or add it. So you guys get the idea. But the ability to see these pictures reliably, we always had the pictures in the old Deal Machine, but the interface was not quite as nice to be able to see these full screen and scroll through them, and it's more reliably loading them. And so again, this is really, really nice. And
have the numbers loaded yet?
Yeah, can you not see it? What do you mean?
The phone, like did you reveal the contact information yet? Like, did it?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. How long does that usually take?
Instant.
Awesome.
So it's got the phone number, yes, the mobile phone number. These are ranked by the match percentage. So 99% match, 95% match, 88% match. So we've got a mobile up here, a landline, another landline, and then 3 emails for Casey Falconer. These are not random phone numbers that we're matching just to give you 3 phone numbers. If we only have one, we're just giving you one. It's going to be the one that's associated with that person. When it comes to the phone match the person, that is spot on in Deal Machine. It's a little bit harder to match the right person to the county record here, but it's getting better and better. We've even got another version coming very soon that's going to just further improve that. So Stuart Falconer, again, pretty unique names. These are the right people for sure. And so we could give those guys a call or export or use the data to send mail. A couple other things. If you're like a mortgage lender, you can see this is like a bad example because they have no mortgage on this property. I will show you why it's important to know what their mortgage is, because let's say they bought a property 3 years ago in Austin, Texas for $500,000. They took out a $400,000 loan. And of course, the Austin market went down 20% in the last 2 years. So if they're trying to sell their property, it's just not going to work. And you need to know that quickly so you don't waste your time by looking at what their mortgage actually is. That's why that's important. Property history and trends. So you can tell if they've tried to list this thing a lot of times. And if that's true, that's actually a good reason why they might be interested in just selling it at a discount, because if it hasn't sold through multiple attempts, you get the idea. Market analysis, it's going to tell you if it's gone down 20%, if it's going up, et cetera, in that neighborhood. And then property analysis tools. You got the regular mortgage calculator, investment analysis for buy and hold, rehab estimator, solar, if you're trying to buy, install solar, find houses that would be qualified for that, or wholesaling. And so the last thing is driving activity. If your team has laid eyes on this property, you would see that here. But what's great about this is these sections, you can turn them on or off. So let's say you just don't care about driving because your team doesn't do that. You can literally just remove it. Also, what I would do is I would move the property analysis tools up here right under the comps, because my workflow is like, all right, first thing I'm going to do is look at the ARV. Once I've got that, now I'm going to analyze it to figure out what I'm going to offer. So that's how you can just totally customize.
This is smooth.
Dude,
this is so smooth.
Because you can never please everybody. Not a bad thing. I'm just saying everybody's got a preference, because y'all have slightly different businesses. Like everybody here is going direct to seller, but some people focus on subject too. Some people are literally a lender. They're trying to find people that want to refinance, right? So they don't need the property analysis tools. They just need the mortgage info up top. So that's why it's customizable for everybody. And those are the deep insights. Now, there's one more aspect to this that I wanted to go, is you can do deep insights on the person too, not just the property. So because we skip trace, did the reveal, we don't have to do it again. It's already here. Now we've got the exact age, male, education level, marital status, occupation, language preference, and if they are a homeowner or a renter. They've lived at their primary residence for 4 years. It's worth $770K. They've got $220K equity. They've got $500K estimated mortgage. And then here's more of that mortgage information on their primary. And if they have additional properties, that would show there too. So that's you've got more customizable sections that you can even turn on. Like let's turn a few more of these on here so you can see, right? So now they got a 2012 Toyota Highlander. Let's go.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Wow.
They have dogs. They do not have a home business, and they are a thriving credit person. They're in the affluent suburban middle-aged homeowners without children category. So a lot of people want this information. So maybe they can ask about children if they've seen, you know what I mean? Like find a connection point. Or if they've got like a really old car they want to sell, they've got no student loans, personal these are all like modeled, but accurately modeled profile and information. And so you could see just quite a bit about the person that you're talking to. And that's really helpful in ways that I'm not even sure that you guys will all use, but I wanted to let you know that there's one more thing I have to show you, and that is how to act on the data. So you can use the data inside of DealMachine. We've got the direct mail app. Let's show the direct mail app with one of the best direct mail customers here. We got Travis. You do some direct mail, am I right?
I do direct mail, yes.
So we're going to send a piece of mail to my rental property at 412 Jenny Lane. The first house I ever bought, I was thinking, man, I really want to do an off-market deal, but maybe I should do a transaction myself. And so I found this, it was like listed for 6 months on the market, and I put in an offer below listing value, and I moved in. It was great. It was a 3-bed house, but the investor added 2 bedrooms in the basement. So I was able to actually buy it. And then 3 of my coworkers moved in and paid $550 per bedroom. So I was able to reduce my living expenses and get that experience. And then I went and did an off-market deal. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, but just a great trip down memory lane. So here we are using it in the DealMachine demo. All right, I'm going to talk to the AI. I forgot my whisper flow button. Anybody here use whisper flow? Oh, maybe I don't have it turned on. Let's see. How did I forget my whisper flow button? Oh, I have 2 computers. All right, here we go. Here we go. Please create a postcard because I'm a real estate investor and I want to offer cash for their house. I want the postcard to say, hey, is this your house? Are you interested in selling your house? If so, I can close quickly and with cash. Please call or text me if interested. Have a great day. You can click create. Now we can watch the postcard get designed on hand. So it's starting out. Yeah, it's starting out with the actual photo of the house as the background. It's really fun to watch this happen, right? And we can click on it and get a big zoomed in photo. I don't think you saw this before, did you?
No, I'm blown away.
All right.
This is wild.
So, I mean, the key amazing thing about DealMachine was, dude, for the first 3 years, this was all people were using for like the direct mail aspect of when they would drive for dollars. Because back then we were driving for dollars. But then a couple people wouldn't use it because you're like, you guys just have one postcard. I don't want to look like everybody else. And so now this is like to the greatest extent. Because if you give it a prompt like this, and by the way, quick tip, if you guys aren't talking to your computers yet, you're probably, you're going to have a lot of fun talking to it. Just get this free app called Whisperflow and you can talk to it just like I did. All right. So if you gave it this prompt again, it looks slightly different. So you're always going to look unique. All right.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
You know how much this is such a time saver.
Yeah. Dude, you and I designed a custom postcard that performed very well, right? We incorporated things like you and your business partner who goes by Coach. We included his face and that increased, would you say that increased the response rate?
That card alone, David, thank you so much. So when we ran our one campaign on the first one, we didn't even spend $5,000 and we ended up profiting 2 deals, like over $100,000 on them. So, I mean, the value of DealMachine from the beginning is so powerful. So now that we can do this, oh man, so amazing.
Here, I'm going to send myself this mail piece just so you guys can see it all the way through. So it's got my phone number, my photo, and then my website is David Homebuyer. Shout out Joe Homebuyer, great franchise. I was like, dude, that's a great name. I'm going to just make my website David Homebuyer. So that's my website. That QR code is going to be on the postcard. So if somebody scans it, you're actually going to get the info that they scanned it. You will see that they scanned it and you will see it be able to just give them a call /email, right? Because the data is there. We know. All right. So I'm going to review. I've reviewed the campaign details, one step, and it's 70 cents, but we've got great mail bulk pricing. We can get that mail pricing down to as low as 54 cents, I believe. So you just have to contact support if you want to get that lower mail price. But by the way, it's sending off. Let's continue on with 2 more things I needed to show you guys about how to use the data in DealMachine. The first way is sending direct mail. The second way is in these apps and integrations. We went over it before. I want to go over it one more time. We've got the direct mail app. I just showed it to you. We've got the driving for dollars app. I showed you a screenshot. We're going to show you more of it in the upcoming nights. But guys, it's a very quick, snappy app. It's customizable just like this. So if you're driving and you're very curious about the owner occupancy /absentee owner, like you can make that the first data point that pulls up when you look at a property. So just whatever you want to see, you can put it right there at your fingertips. We had a guy, Danny Pesci, who was actually knocking for mortgage refinances. And what he wanted was the mortgage info interest rate as the top thing that showed up there. So he could. And then Zapier, you guys are familiar with that. It connects DealMachine without any tech information to all the other tools you love. But if you're slightly tech enabled, you don't even have to be that tech enabled. You really just need to stay for my night 3 AI after party, and I'll show you how to do this. But we've got a full API under the developer area. So you can create an application programming interface key. And this is basically going to be a password. So don't look, I got it. So you can copy that and give it to your AI. And come on up here, bud. My cat was saying, what's up, George? So this will let your AI agent do everything that we just did, but without even touching the interface. And so, yeah, you could do that. You can even have your AI say, hey, here's my DealMachine API key. I use Mojo Dialer. I want you to create the top 10,000 highest value leads every Monday morning that we've never called yet. And I want you to put that list together, stick it in Mojo Dialer so my team can get in touch with them. You could do that. You could automate that. One thing I failed to show you guys is you could do that here too. Hello. Okay, I'm a real estate investor and my team is low on leads. I've got 1 week of the month left. And I want you to give me the top 2,000 highest value leads that we should call and or email. And I want you to filter out the do not call list. And I want you to actually give me the top 2,000. That's probably all we can handle for this week in St. Louis, Michigan. All right. So I'm thinking like maybe absentee owned, like, rundown property condition homes, but you look through the data and you tell me what you think is best. Thanks. All right. I mean, you could just talk to it like that. Even I know some of you guys are like, yeah, these filters are overwhelming. There's 800 filters, but you can really have it do that. And this is my cat, George, for those of you who haven't met him.
George?
We're helping improve cats' lives as well. So while this is working, guys, let me bring you back, and I'll come back to show you the result here. But what I wanted to do is keep things moving and recap. I just showed you how to find the right properties and people anywhere in the country in seconds. I showed you the deep insights, everything you need to know about a property and the people behind it, including skip tracing. And then we showed you how to act on the data right inside of DealMachine with mail. We also showed you how to get it to the tools that you already use. And the one thing I didn't show you, which is exporting. So I'm showing you the AI exporting that's going right there. But let's talk about you guys are gonna. This is the most important thing. Sometimes you have like a 10,000 per month export limit, and you're like, man, I've pulled a list of 9,000, and I want to use my remaining 1,000 before the month is over. But you find yourselves like finagling all the filters to get the numbers to work out just right to 1,000 properties, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to do that anymore because, and look, the chat's going on the side while I'm doing my own thing. I love it. I didn't even know that I did that. So you can literally select, give me 1,000 properties from this list. So I don't have to finagle the filters. All right. So you can just export it. You've got 4 export types. You've got the property list, which is what you're familiar with. It's 1 property per row. Additional contacts and their emails are to the right. Then we have the contact list. We recommended that in the old DealMachine a lot because you could filter it by owners, renters, or family members. And so that is also available here. It puts 1 contact per row. And if a house is owned by 2 people.
Hey, David.
Yes.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but you're not. We need to see your screen.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't get too far. I'm going to show this to you again because it's very important. If you select a list, you got the AI over there doing our other export. You could type in 1,000 that you just want to pull the top 1,000 from this list. And then you could select those leads and click export. So I got the property list, the contact list. You might just want 1 email list. So it'll put in each email, like each person may have 2 or 3 emails. So it'll put 1 email in each row, or you can do 1 phone in each row. So some of you guys who use certain like texting platforms, they're only able to take in 1 column of phone numbers. So that's when you would do the phone list, because if one property has 2 owners and they each have 3 phones, then it'll duplicate that property 6 times, each with the different phone number, but they're all going to be in 1 column. So you guys really needed that before, and we didn't offer it. So now you can do that. Now you can select just the property owners, which is what I recommend, but you can also select the family, the renters, or the residents. You definitely want to require a phone number. That's going to be the money-saving filter because you don't want to get billed for properties to export them if they don't have the data that you're really looking for. And again, you can add another money-saving filter right here to only export the mobile numbers only. So you won't be exporting any properties. So this will export, 678 contacts from 1,000 properties. So you could do that. When you export the leads, they actually show up in your inbox. You have an inbox, okay? And so let's see, it's still in the process here. 1,000 out-of-state owners in Kansas. Okay, so we can download that. And so the AI here, just to follow back up with that, it says, before I export, you have a budget of 148,000. So there's no budget concerns with your credit. So it's going to ask you twice to make sure you don't overspend, more credits than you want, even though AI is doing stuff for you. Give it the green light and give me all those extra columns about information of the phone number too. Like, don't just give me the numbers. I also want to know if the numbers are, a wireless or a mobile, and if they're on the do not call list or not. Like any type of metadata about the numbers, I want to include that too on each line, please. Thank you. There you go. Talking to my computer again. Shout out WhisperFlow. That's just something you can get on your desktop computer. And now I've shown you how to act on the data. That was like the one missing piece. I don't know how I forgot it. Exporting. Who would have thought? So we've got some questions. I'm going to take a moment and go through a couple. And then I'm going to show you a couple other good things to know and give you guys the offer. So Elise, do we have any questions that I should be answering right now that you've set aside for me? Oh, yes. Here we go. All right. Question 1, can you search in bulk by cities or zip codes? Yes, you could search by cities and by zip codes as well as by state. And then I showed you how to draw, how to use the radius tool and do nationwide searching. Somebody says no more X leads. What is that? Somebody else says, so are we paying $5.99 a month for a cleaner interface and less records? No, that's incorrect because I have a slide for you to show you that. Question 2, do you have filters for pocket listings? Cash buyers and sellers? Question, do you have filters for pocket listings? Cash buyers and sellers? Yes. So let's look at, so when they say pocket listings, those are just listings that the realtors hear about that are not listed, right? And then they market it to their own list of people. So if you were like looking for pocket listings, I think what you would probably do is you would filter by, let's just say the state of Texas. Let's say the, let's say value. Estimated value would probably be fairly high, right? Pocket listings are usually higher end properties, if I'm not mistaken. That
I like what Quentin said. Technically, all of these are pocket listings. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, and then we also, we have that people filter called likely to move. So yeah, that would be maybe an idea. Now you could do, let's say, investment property type. So you could say they own investment properties and they are in a certain area under the people filters, right? So those would be ways to find cash buyers. And again, if you're looking for sellers, we did show that would be like absentee. I mean, there's a lot of different filters, but I would go back to properties and I would do absentee owned, and I would do like building condition isn't like fair. Building condition.
Hey, David, you need to share your screen again. Sorry.
Oh yeah, building condition. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm in locations. There we go. OMG. There you go. Fair, poor, unsound. There's your sellers. Question 3, this is a lot of cache data. Is the data still being refreshed on a regular basis? This is awesome. The property data is refreshed daily. So that means when a property transacts, it takes your county itself a couple weeks to process that. But once it shows up in their records on their website, it's in DealMachine 1 day later. The contact data is brought in once per month and it is matched every single month. Most people don't get new phone numbers, right? So the contact data doesn't need to be daily. We bring it in once a month and match it to the property, to the properties rather. John Thrasher says, how do you get that information? Don't let my husband know my credit card balance. Question 4, when you zoom in on a city, does the outline each individual property that I can click on to open up its profile? So yeah, if we go to the map view and I zoom in really far, we can hide this chat here. Let's get off of the, I prefer the standard mode here. So let's do some zooming in. On the mobile app, it does. On the mobile app, it zooms in so you can click on a specific property. On here, I'm not seeing that it does. I think what you would need to do is you would need to type in the actual property address and be able to see it that way. But the mobile app is all about zooming that close in.
Awesome.
I thought this zoomed in too. I don't know why it doesn't. I'm sure we can make it do that. It seems like a good idea. The old one did. Why would we go backwards? Probably just an oversight. Hey, we'll be right on it. I promise. How about that? All right. So can you get LLC member phone numbers? Yes, you can. So one of my properties is owned by an LLC. So first of all, let me go to David Lecco. David Lecco. All right. So let's click on one of my properties. I'm trying to remember which ones are owned by LLCs. I think this one is. It was one of the more recent ones. that I purchased. And no, that's actually owned by just me. Let's see, another one. Let me try this one. The answer is yes, you can. Because in the old system, you could, and in the new system, it's the same data. So yes, you can. I may have to come back to finding the right one that tells me what the which one is owned by the LLC. So are there solar filters? So let's see here on the property filters. We've got the UCC liens when you actually, so fuel, solar, and then there's also a lien type. And the UCC liens, because when you get solar, whether you finance it, you're getting a lien. And so there is a filter called has solar. So question 7 says, I came in late. Is the D4D app still the same? It works great as it was. We're actually going to still offer the original apps, right? So you don't have to, you're not forced into this. So that's a great point. And so the classic DealMachine app is going to be on the App Store as DealMachine Classic if you prefer using that. There's literally no change to your system. If you do want to try out the new one, that one will now come up as DealMachine and just plain DealMachine. So how does the API key work? Question 8. Is it based on API calls or does it cost money to let my agent communicate with it? One of the amazing things about the API key is you get 5,000 calls per day. And you can track the usage of that right here. So your data credits is totally different than your calls. So these are my API requests over the last 30 days. And I use this quite extensively. I'm going to show you in the AI after party on night 3, like how you build your own app with this, how you can research and write blog posts to be an expert in your market. But basically, if you ask your AI, you're like, hey, look at all the property data in Charleston, South Carolina, and write me a blog post because I'm a real estate agent. I want you to just like filter around these property counts and see if there's anything like interesting that pops up. Like it'll do all that research. The counts are free. It is free to say how many absentee owned properties are in Charleston. Where are they? Which areas are the highest populated? Like all that research is free. So that's like an amazing aspect of the API. It only costs a data credit if you're pulling the actual like contact information about that person. So question 9, why would we need to export the data? Yeah, I mean, you don't. A lot of people are doing calling, they're doing texting, so they want to export it and put it into a dialer. That's the biggest reason why people would export the data. So hopefully that helps. And now that I've answered some of those quick questions, I wanted to show you guys the new currency. It works differently than what you use today. So here's the whole picture in 90 seconds. A data credit, one property credit is 1 credit, 1 contact skip trace is 1 credit. The wallet is money you keep on hand for marketing, like sending mail. Viewing a property is free, and exporting a property costs a credit. Revealing a contact in the app costs a credit, and exporting a contact is also a credit. But if you've revealed it, you can export it for free within the same month, so you're not ever double charged. It deduplicates those charges. Also, what this means for you is you only pay for the people who actually have the data you want. So let me do a comparison to show you. It's actually 43% cheaper. I took one of our team's customers, which is somebody who was exporting over 150,000 per month. In the old DealMachine, they were just running texting. So they pulled a list of like absentee owned rundown properties, and this list was 41,000 properties. And that would cost, $208. If you're just counting each property credit, was about half a penny per house, which by the way is 20 times cheaper than it was 18 months ago, thanks to us, by the way. So he was okay with overpaying because some of those properties didn't have mobile numbers, so he couldn't do anything with them, but he still got billed. In the new DealMachine, we give you more filters so that you get only the 23,000 mobile numbers and you only pay for those, right? So before he was paying for all these properties that didn't have the data he needed. So it's actually 43% cheaper, and he saved $89 with that export equivalent, right? Because you're not really paying for the credits. You're just getting a subscription that has an export allotment. But if you divide how many exports you get by the price, you do get half a penny per credit. So that's why we get the dollar cost equivalent. So you guys can see this. So that big savings was with the guy texting. Let's talk about a guy who's cold calling. Same list, 41,000 properties exported, 208 equivalent dollars cost in the new DealMachine. If you look at the unique contact with any phone at all, that was 37,000 contacts. And so again, that's cheaper. It's 9% cheaper because before he was exporting stuff that he didn't need, and it was exporting per property, right? So if a property didn't have a phone number that he needed, he was still paying for it. So again, it's 9% cheaper. So the person who asked if they were like paying more for less, no, it's a different credit system, yes, but it's cheaper because every one of you guys is filtering for the exact data you need. The other thing is it only remembered 2 months in your old ways. So if you exported 60,000 per month, you had to clear out your account in month 3 to be able to export again. And so a lot of you guys were probably exporting the same thing in month 3 and didn't realize it, had some overlap. Multiple of you guys had multiple accounts, and those accounts didn't talk to each other. So you had to rely on your VA or multiple VAs to communicate perfectly to make sure they didn't export any of the same properties from your 2 different accounts. And so this also solves that problem in a way that will save you money. And I can't know the exact amount, but you understand the idea. If you close one deal, it pays for itself for years. So the offer tonight is full pro capacity at 33% off for $990. Also stay on, and we will be giving one of these away in just a moment. So everything in the pro includes 20,000 data credits per each user per month. You get premium filters, driving for dollars app, the API, the command line interface, webhook access, team management and activity, nationwide property owner and data, save searches and filters, the mail app for pay-as-you-go postcards. We do have the bulk pricing as well available, apps and Zapier connections, and priority support. And I wanted to say this, there's something unique about this sale. If you keep this in year 2, the rate always stays the same. So the rate stays locked. It stacks on your existing plan. This is brand new. All right. So you're not replacing your existing plan. You can cancel your existing plan if you wanted, but the credits merge into one pool. So if you have a current plan for 60,000 export credits per month, and you take advantage of this launch sale, which is 20,000 credits per month, you stack those for a combined 80,000 credits per month. And so the billing that you already had is going to stay in place. And the sale price from tonight is just going to be the annual sale that you took advantage of. And if you buy during the webinar, you also get 5,000 bonus data credits. You get a free DealMachine hat with the new logo, and also a free onboarding session with Ryan, our head of customer success. So there's basically 2 ways. I know I just mentioned you get the annual deal at full pro capacity for $990, which is 30% off, and the 5,000 bonus credits, and the free DealMachine hat with the new logo, and then free onboarding session. Or honestly, if you just sign into the new system, it costs nothing. Your billing and your plan stays the same. You just get 5,000 bonus credits for just logging into the new system. So there's 2 ways to take advantage of this, and both of those ways are available to you. If you guys are just joining, you can join on the main platform. We're literally about to do the free giveaway for $990.
Let's do it.
Yeah, Instagram, YouTube, join DealMachine.com, get in the live stream.
It's giveaway time.
Take advantage of this. This is the instruction.
Okay, so we have a lot of people on right now, so I'm making my way to make sure everyone who's live is in there. So give me just a couple more minutes.
Oh, you want me to stall? Okay, cool. We have. All right, we'll make sure everybody's name is on the wheel. Everybody will appreciate that. So in the meantime, though, you guys can take advantage of this right now. The first step, there's at least you got the link up there for taking advantage of it, by the way. Is that what I see? I know you're doing 2 things at once. I was wondering, is somebody else on the team that could answer?
Yes,
if
the offer.
Okay.
The offer is up. Yep.
The offer's up there. You're going to go to the login page of the new system, which is now at DealMachine.com, and you can go reset your password, because we transferred your list, we transferred your email, we transferred your current plan, but you can't transfer passwords. So you have to go in and say, reset my password. And that's going to generate a special code to your email, and then you can log in. So basically, you just got to set the new password in the new system, and you're going to be in. So can't wait to see you guys get in there. And we're stalling a minute so that Elise can make sure the giveaway has all of your names on it. I've got question 10 here, and it's going to be, can you pull neighborhood properties via the API to market to neighbors without having to draw the radius in the software? That's a good question. So I know we have like the neighborhood and HOA names data. Let's see if we actually have neighborhood. Oh no, yeah. Oh, and he said via the API, what he said? It's a good question. I'm gonna ask Claude.
When all those fails, go to Claude.
All right, so does the DealMachine CLI give us the ability to filter by a specific neighborhood without drawing a radius tool? I'll get you the answer in just a second. Question 11, is it easy to pull code violation and a probate list? Yes, we do have those filters. Not for code violation, you would upload those from your county, but the probate list, yes. Probates. Cool. Elise is getting that wheel spinning, and Claude is looking into if we've given it instructions to filter by the neighborhood name.
Yep, I'm almost done.
Oh, all right. There's no neighborhood location type. It gives state, zip code, county, and radius tools, but there is a subdivision name filter, which is the closest thing to a named neighborhood filter. It's probably the same thing, to be honest. The subdivision name filter is the name of the subdivision or development where the property is located. It indicates a planned community or neighborhood designation. The operators contain, you can say contains, any of, starts with, equals, or not contains. So subdivision name might be Shannon County, and you're not really sure if it's like, oh, or Travis Heights, very fitting, since we have Travis on. Yeah, you could just say contains Travis, and then you can find all the subdivisions that contains Travis. Yeah, so man, and then look at that beautiful hexagon color-coded shape. Let's look at it in 3D one more time. I just love the visualizations here. Oh yeah, let me refresh this real quick.
Just so you know, we're ready for the giveaway whenever you are.
What? Let's go. All right, let's do the giveaway, Elise. So do you? We're gonna spin to win a free year of the full pro capacity. One winner tonight. You have to be here live to be entered. Elise, I think you can take over the screen share to do the spinning.
Yeah. Just 1 second. Thanks for being so patient, you guys.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. We have 559 names in here. Let's go.
Look at that new wheel spinner.
I know, it's so cool.
Philip Collette.
Collette.
Philip Collette, are you in the room?
Where you at, Philip?
Nicholas says there's no reset my password, but you have to enter your email first. There's like 2 steps there. So when you're going to log into the new system, Nicholas, type in your email that you used with the old DealMachine. And then once you go to the next page, there should be a button to say reset your password.
Kayla, your name's in there, just so you know. Everyone's name is in there that is here right now.
All right, so we just want to make sure he's here to claim it, though. Philip Collette, I'm here. Congratulations, Philip. You won $990 worth of DealMachine Pro for the next year. So that's going to be made available to you starting tonight. My support team will reach out to you and we'll apply it to your existing account. And you can stack those plans. We're going to be stack maxing tonight. So Philip, congratulations on being the first person to ever stack a plan. It's a brand new thing we decided to try because we do know you guys love taking advantage of our Black Friday sale, which we're going to have too with some more innovations as well. And this way you don't have to decide whether you want this one or that one. You could stack them. So this is going to be a huge thing. I'm so glad you're here, Philip. Thank you so much. This was the best wheel spin ever, Elise. Great job organizing the wheel spin. And I love the new design, I have to say.
Me too.
So
you guys are crushing it.
Thank you. So we're going to stick around for any more questions. Elise, anything else that is on your radar that we should cover tonight before taking more questions?
No, just we can go to the Q&A. Anybody who has some questions, I know AJ is also in the chat answering questions as well. And just so everyone knows, We do have the full demo right now live on our YouTube, along with some tutorials to go over individual pieces of the new software. So just know that we have that there for any other, deep dives or, and everyone who's asking, there is a replay that you will get tomorrow in the email as long as you've been registered, which you all obviously have been. So you'll be getting that as well.
Yeah. I'm going to walk you guys through how to do reset your password, because there is a little step here. So you come to this screen and you're like, hey, there's not a way to access my account. So but the first thing you do is you put in your email right here. And then now on this second page, that's where you click forgot password if this is your first time. So that's how to do it. That's how to take advantage of those 5,000 credits. And once you're in, I want you guys to know the deal is available to click in the top on the banner up there. Looks like I need to forget my password too. Honestly, I have too many DealMachine accounts. It's probably forgetting. Let's go use another method. I'll show you guys the Google method. If all else fails. There we go. So I got to do two-step and I'm using my phone. So let's take questions though. Who's got more questions? I'm looking for question number 12. So what do you feel is the best use case for the API key on DealMachine? So if you guys have never done your first deal, don't use the API key. That's my advice. If you guys are already inclined to be building your own apps, to be using your own internal processes, you're already using AI, give it to your AI agent and then have it do all your stuff for you. That would be the best use case, I would say. But look, if you want to know, join us on night 3. We're going to have an AI after party. I'm going to show you how I built a custom buyer tool so that I can see the top 10 buyers for a specific property. And that's a tool I built outside of DealMachine with the API. I also write, I said blogs as well, but again, that's for somebody more advanced trying to build online credibility. Question 13 for probate, does it let you know if there is a surviving spouse? So in our data, if there is a probate, it would say 2 owners and it would list them both as separate contacts, but it wouldn't necessarily say which one passed. So just want to let you know, currently that's how it is in operation. Question number 14. Today is July 27th, day 1 of the 3-day live stream. Will the other live streams be different from today in terms of content and offers? So that's a great segue. So tomorrow is going to be night 2. You're going to go deep into finding the right deal, searching by name, address, and phone, new motivation filters. You're going to go deep into those. I didn't go into any of the property filters. I went through the people filter. So a lot of motivation filters on the property ones and some new ones, and just talking to the software with the natural language search across the country to find the motivated sellers and find the right deal. I will say night 3, so it's again 3 nights, 1 deal machine. We're doing why it matters, find the right deal in night 2, and then closing the deal with an AI after party night 3. So the content will be different, but if you take advantage of it tonight, that's when you get the 5,000 credits. That's when you get the hat. That's when you get the onboarding from Ryan. So you want to take advantage of it tonight before midnight to get those extras. Okay. So it's still going to be the $990 annual deal, but you're going to get the extras by taking advantage by midnight tonight. So great question. Question 15, current members can switch to the new system at no cost. That's correct. All you have to do is go into the new system, which is now at DealMachine.com, enter your email, click forgot password, and get in there. Your plan is going to migrate over. There's no extra cost to getting in there. You'll get 5,000 bonus credits just for logging into the new system. And then what I'd really encourage you guys to do though, is to get that 33% off deal, which is going to be in the banner at the top. That's going to say, take advantage of that 33% off deal. And if you do that by midnight tonight, that's whenever you guys get the extras. Question 16, is there a way from the AI to target signalized intersections? Ooh, that is a good one. No, that's a great one to add. I'll put it on the day request. We're going to continue to add more data sets. Like I said, we've added a lot, like the terrain, the flood zones, the corner lots, the landlocked properties, the road frontage, right? Those are all been like big types of questions that land investors specifically wanted. So we're always adding that. And the solar one has solar. It's a big one. Question 17. Can you explain again the skip tracing? Do we pay for that or what? I didn't understand. Yep. So I'll go back a few slides. The skip tracing is a credit, a property, exporting a property's details and liens and all those extra details. You typically don't even export those, to be honest. But if you want those extra details exported because you're using them in your own app that you've created with our API, you can make an app and sell it to other people from our API, to be honest. But so anyway, there's just the concept of data credits. And if you want like the liens, and viewing it in the app is free, exporting it or using it through the API costs a data credit. You can reveal a property in the app and that costs a credit. That's like a skip trace. If you're wanting to get the skip trace through the API or through an export, that is a credit, but it won't charge you 2 credits for the same person, right? These are just 2 separate actions that would cost a credit. So hopefully that explains on that front. Ooh, we've got some more questions coming in. Love the questions, guys. Thank you. Question number 18 for the radius tool, a distance from X property. Can we use the API to use the radius distance from a property instead of using the software? Yes, you can. So very good observation. You could say, hey, Claude, can you use the DealMachine API? Here's my key, by the way. Can you use the DealMachine API to pull a list of properties that is exactly 1 mile from this specific address? And then it'll do it for you. So yeah, you can do that with the API. I love the API questions. Love it, guys. Here comes another one. Question number 19. Okay, so I've heard that people are having issues getting in from the old DealMachine to the new DealMachine. So check it out. I'm going to go to DealMachine.com, which now looks like this. Look at that.
Share your screen, David.
Oh, thanks, guys. It says it's sharing. You still don't see it?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's good.
It's good? Okay, cool. All right, so it looks like this. So beautiful. You click log in, and then you put your email in, and then you click continue, and then you click forgot password right here. And then you click reset your password. And now you're going to get an email with a special code linked, and you can get into the new system that way. That's how we do it. All right, question 19. I have been a user for a very long time. I am basic, and I use it for driving for dollars and mailing postcards. How does the new system change that? First of all, if you want to keep using the old system, you can. But I would love for you to try out the new D4D app. I think you're going to love it because if you have a preference on what data you see when you click a property, you can customize what data that is. Also, there is no lagging compared to the original app. If you had a lot of properties in your system, it would lag a little bit. We got some feedback on that. It was like a constant engineering battle. So yeah, that's the answer. So no need to do anything, but those are the advantages, I would say, if you were going to be moving over, why you would want to move over for that. And then I guess the integration piece. But if you're a user for a long time and you're doing a basic version of it, you're probably not doing any integrations or exporting. So I won't mention that. Question 20. Why can't we do the pro plan on a monthly rate? You can, you just don't get the 33% discount. So yeah, you definitely can. So hopefully that answers your question. You got to get that 33% discount. I mean, that's a lot. Well, how many months is that? 3 to 4 months? No cost? It's pretty good. Question number 21. Is the phone number and address the same for contact one? Wait, is the phone number and address? No. So yeah, if you're like, hey, I want 412 Jenny Lane, the owner's phone number. So just exporting the address along with the person's phone number is just a contact credit. It's not a property credit. It would only be a property credit if you were like, give me all the details about the mortgages and the liens too. Then it would be one property credit. Question number 22. I can't find the lead filters in the new platform. Where do we go to find them? So lead filters. First of all, I gotta do this. Let's see. I got to go use my YouTube app to get into my DealMachine account. Oh, let's try that. Try again. Resend. Now it's asking me if that's me trying to log in. The answer is yes. And I think we're in. There we go. Cool. And I'll go back to Instagram to see if I'm still live streaming on there. Oh yeah, cool. All right, perfect. So yeah, find properties. When you go to say like lead filters, maybe they're asking for like the quick filters in the old system. So that would be like absentee owned properties or out of state owner properties or senior owners or tired landlords, probates, right? So all these type of, interfamily transfer, zombie properties, they're all right there. And if you can even search for filters in the search filters category. So good question. Love it. So guys, again, you do have 10 days to take advantage of this sale. But if you take advantage of it before midnight tonight, you get the 5,000 credits, you get the DealMachine hat, you get the onboarding session with Ryan. So I think we're going to come to our last question, Travis. So just curious if you could bring it home for us after I answer this. So question 23, how does DealMachine work for non-disclosure states such as Texas? Great example. So the thing that you cannot share in a non-disclosure state is the sale price. But what you can share is the mortgage. And what are the common mortgage down payments? Well, we can figure that out. For an FHA mortgage, it's usually 5%. So if you see an FHA mortgage that had a loan of $500,000, what do you think the value of the house was? What do you think the sale of the house was? Right? You see how you can reverse engineer into that? So that's exactly how we get the estimated value for states like Texas that are non-disclosure states. It's an estimated value, but it's pretty darn accurate overall, the way it's modeled like that from mortgage documents. Hopefully that helps. It's definitely a pretty clever way. I can't take credit for it, but I just wanted to pass that on and say why that's accurate, fairly accurate there. Travis, are you a non-disclosure state, by the way?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
We disclose everything here in West Virginia.
I know, I like that. You'd think Texas would be open. They're so open with everything. It's where America builds stuff. It's very odd that Texas is the non-disclosure state, but I guess that is the way it is. Well, cool. I wanted to thank you for joining us for our DealMachine Unveiled. I do wonder if you guys would like me to stay on for any other questions. Elise, how's everybody doing getting in there and getting their offers?
Yeah, it looks like some people have had to clear their cache or open a new browser window, just so if others are still having issues. Let's see. If you could go over the stacking of the offers again. I think some people are a little confused, and totally understandable. They think it's two separate subscriptions. So making sure people know, if you have a pro plan right now, this isn't giving you another pro plan. This is just giving you another extra seat plus the data credits.
Yeah, so we're stacking onto that plan. If you've got a current pro plan for 60,000 credits per month, the launch sale is for 20,000 extra credits for $990 per year. And those are going to combine to 80,000 credits total that you can use, plus, again, an additional seat, as Elise said. So the way we just organize the plans is it's one seat for 20,000 credits. And if you want two seats, then it's like 40,000 credits. So that's basically just, it's combining, it's one login. It's just combining the credit, counts that you'll be able to export with.
And then we do have one, AJ brought up, is revealing a contact in the app cost of credit. Is this a new added charge? DealMachine has historically marketed that they offer their service with no skip trace charge. Is free skip tracing within the app no longer free?
Oh, that's right. The phone numbers in the app are no longer unlimited use free. Basically, everybody was taking their Claude agents and then robbing the data from us and going just ham with it. So We basically allow them to do that now with the API, but have had to make it a reveal inside the app. But again, for those of you guys who weren't abusing stuff, it's going to be cheaper overall for you because it remembers everything that you ever exported, so you don't have to do it again on accident. It also lets you filter out the properties you used to pay for on the export limits that didn't even have a mobile number if you were texting, as well as if you're calling, you don't have to pay for properties that don't have a phone number associated with them. So we saw that it was 43% cheaper overall for people who were texting. We also saw that it was 9% cheaper overall for somebody who is cold calling at a high scale when we looked at that list. So hopefully that answers your question.
Someone is asking if there's a free trial.
There's no, well, if you guys are a current customer, jumping into the new system costs nothing. It literally just moves your current plan over there. It imports, it knows how much credits you had on the old system, and you'll see that in the new system. So that's basically your free trial. And there's no free trial as well. But you guys know what the data is because it's the same data that you've been using. And we do have a refund policy as long as you haven't exported a bunch of stuff. If you're like, yeah, I don't like this, then we've got, what is our refund policy, AJ? It's in there somewhere. It's like a reasonable amount of time, right? It's been a while since I reviewed it. Maybe you could chime in there if you're there, AJ.
He's in the chat right now, so
he's busy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, if you already have an account, you just forgot your password, get in there, and there's nothing to purchase. You're just there, and you can check out the data. But if you want to get the sale, then you could do that too on the top banner.
This is a good one. Some of the legacy users are asking why aren't their lists showing up in the new system. So going over that again and just like how that all will work for legacy users and how they can get that transferred over.
I'm pretty sure when you do your forgot password, the first time you log in, it has an option if you want to import your list. So if that's not working, just hit up support. It should be in there. Also, yeah, was that the answer to the right question?
Yeah, that was it. And just so you guys know too, if you want to transfer over your marketing credits into the new wallet to use it for mail in the new system, then you would just send support a chat requesting that.
Exactly. So here I'm in the new system. I click on my name and I can click contact support. And then this is how we ask a question, very familiar pop-up chat. This is the AI chat, but you can talk to a person as well. If you go to messages, ask a question.
Yeah, Quentin, you're right. Support on DealMachine is God tier, man. Like since the beginning, they have the best support. So yeah.
Hey, this is wrong. It says no marketing credits can't be imported. So just say talk to a person, and then it'll connect you to the people. Just a note. We'll fix that. Yay! It's going to talk us to a person now. Perfect. So there you go. Thanks for the shout out, Quentin. I appreciate that. What else are you seeing, Elise? Those are very insightful things for me to go over. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think there are some people who are wondering if I have someone asking if new users can't sign up. New users can sign up, just so you know.
Yes, if you don't have a DealMachine plan at all, you can definitely sign up for DealMachine. Yeah, in the new system is where the DealMachine.com goes now.
So the app, is the new app already up to, like if I search the new app now, everything's live?
My phone is being live streamed, so I actually can't check. But Elise, you know the answer to that? It's a good question.
Let me look, but it should be.
Ruben, if you go to DealMachine's YouTube channel, there's a demo and tutorial. It's like a 90-minute deep dive on the new system, but that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow night live as well. If you want to join us for that, we'd love to have you.
Okay, yes, just so everyone knows, I know that people are saying they're reaching out to support. We do have a team that's staying on later tonight, and so please just Bear with us. There's a lot of questions coming in.
Roman says, I can move over to the new system at no charge until my subscription expires. Did I hear that wrong? Correct, Roman. You can move over to the new system. It will import your billing date and your current amount that you're paying and your current number of credits. There's no transaction that occurs. You just need to reset your password in the new system to get in. The transaction that we're promoting is 33% off that you can buy on top of that. And that's going to be the launch sale for $9.90. And if you do it before midnight tonight, you also get a free hat, you get a free onboarding session, and you get the 5,000 credits.
Paul says, so you get 20K credits, but extra credits cost extra.
No, there is no way to buy extra credits. We sell subscriptions that have a credit limit allocation per month. What we're selling tonight is a 20,000 per month credit system for a year for $9.90, which is 33% off. If you have an existing plan, it has a monthly allocation for credits as well. And what we're allowing you to do is stacking these deals on top of each other. So you can keep your existing plan. You can also add the launch sale plan together and they will merge to have a combined total credit pool. The credit pool will add together. So that allows you to take advantage of this sale as well as our Black Friday sale within the same year without having to like undo one to take advantage of the other one. And so we thought you guys would like that. With looks maxing, we're also now stack maxing with your plans. Again, we just thought that you'd like that. So that's why we have it. And this is a visualization that will show when you're taking advantage of the deal with your actual information. So this should be explained with your unique situation when you get to this point of the screen when you're taking advantage of the offer.
All right, Brooke says she's in. Woohoo!
Oh, congrats, Brooke. Thank you so much. It is an honor and pleasure to be on here with you guys tonight and to serve you. And I'm happy to stay on. Travis, I know you only do 3 hours of revenue how do you do that, by the way? You said that in a podcast. I reviewed all of our podcasts with you today. I was like, I want to make sure we bring out the right info here. How do you do that for only 3 hours a day?
I just do it, man. I focus on my revenue generating activities, and that's, talking to sellers and giving offers. And that's all I do in those 3 hours. I'm not scrolling Facebook. I'm not on DealMachine looking up data. I'm doing those activities,
Yeah.
Focus is important.
Javoni, congrats. Also, Justin Arnold says, what happens at renewal? Does the legacy price stay the same? Yes. On this slide, it's explained here, the rate stays locked. Your discount is pinned to this package. The renewals never raise it. It stays for as long as you keep it. We just wanted to be crystal clear on that. But Travis, you got 3 hours. You're very efficient. What are you doing in those 3 hours? Also, we're friends here, and I didn't eat dinner yet. I'm going to stay on for like an hour and make sure you guys have all your questions answered, but I'm going to eat also while I'm doing that. So Travis, you answer that. I can hear you. I'm just going to step away here for a second.
No, you're good. You're good. Revenue generating activities is the most important part of our business. We can spend time on DealMachine. We can, change our website. But what matters the most is, talking to sellers, giving offers, talking to buyers, things that's going to push us to the next level. So I'm really happy to be here, guys. Like I told you guys at the beginning, for those of you that's been here the whole time, like DealMachine's been a part of my whole journey as far as real estate goes. So it's really exciting just to see them grow. I consider them like a family. I wear their hat all the time. You can see it. But I'm telling you guys, for everybody taking advantage of this deal today, congratulations. I'm proud of you. Like, I don't know you, but it's big because, like, from my experience, the people who are most successful are the people who take action. The people who don't overthink taking that action, right? This says don't let David, don't you let us, David. Always have AJ. You want to do that to me?
I heard you. You got to take action.
Andrew, Travis, you can follow me on Facebook. Just find me on Travis Goodwin on Facebook, Small Market Real Estate Investing Facebook group.
Oh, I do want to say one thing. If y'all are seeing Dave from DealMachine on here, that is our co-CEO and the brains behind this new look and how quickly and how wonderful it works for everyone. And I wanted you to know he's the brains behind just making this software that much better for everyone.
He's awesome.
He's
We love Dave.
And thank you, Dave, for being in there answering questions too. He cares very much about our members and what they want and what will help them.
You guys have such a tight-knit community, from the people who work on the team of DealMachine to your users. You know, you guys have some of the strongest users, like Clinton on here. I see him. He's been a user for some time. There's so many people like me that's just been following it and been right along with you guys. And it's because of what you guys are doing. Like, you know, this webinar was only supposed to be an hour long, and, you know, here we are, an hour and 34 minutes in, and you're giving your all. So I do gotta go, but I want to let you know, like, I appreciate you guys so much for having me on here. And, you know, it's a pleasure, and thank you for everything that you're doing, because this DealMachine app is more than just an app, guys. You know, you're changing lives. You changed my life, so I really do appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Travis, for being generous with your time tonight. It's a joy to be on here with you. It's a joy to be seeing you be successful, to have you a part of our community. I don't know how we got so lucky that you want to wear the DealMachine hat every day, but I did want to mention, I think it's because Elise brings so much heart to this team. She's been with us for 8 years. That's contagious, right? It makes Travis want to give heart and come on here, and it makes me want to be better. The support team's fantastic, and it spreads. I think it matters who you do life with. And I think we've got a really great group of people who care a lot about each other, and it helps make everybody better. So lucky, just super lucky. Thank you guys. And thank you, Travis. I know you got to sign out. Thanks for letting me eat dinner, but I don't want to sign off to eat dinner, but I was really hungry. So I'm going to answer y'all's your questions.
All right,
make sure everybody
guys.
gets handled. Okay. Bye, Travis. Thank you.
Derek wants to know if his call agent can skip trace leads just by
Yes.
the API, by
Yes.
APN and county.
Yes, it can. We're going to do night 3, a deep dive into AI and using your Claude agents with the API. The reason why I didn't want to do it tonight is because there's like 80% of the people here, they're just trying to like do some of their first deals. Sometimes that's who shows up on our webinar. And I really just don't believe they need to be diving deep into AI. I think they just need to be doing the revenue generating activities and the taking of action. So we're saving it for night 3 for those of you guys who are using AI Claude agents. Yes, Nathan. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Please. That's helpful.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, you're on it.
I was going to take a bite. Nathan says, can I keep using my account without upgrading? Today I was told to upgrade. Yeah, you can keep using your account without upgrading. You can keep using the old DealMachine account. There's like a button in the login that says legacy access. And so that's just where you go to the older DealMachine, old DealMachine. Here you go.
Derek, welcome. He's signing up tonight.
Awesome.
Happy to have you.
What other questions have I missed here?
I don't know. Dave's doing like rapid fire answering here.
That's amazing.
Oh, what is legacy? Jeff, legacy is just what we're calling our grandfathered in users, those who have been with us and are current members with us. Great question.
Oh, AI credits. There's a question about AI credits.
Yes, Nathan.
AI credits are just like an arbitrary number that track how many words go in and out of the AI. It's really just there to prevent abuse. If somebody's like using our chat thing to do like their daily, all this kind of stuff that's not related to just like filtering properties, right? So that's like why it's there. So there's a usage limit on that, again, just as like a prevention from somebody like doing abuse. So if you go to wallet and payments, actually, where are the AI credits listed?
They should be in. I just saw them the other day.
I know. When you're using it, it does say
So
how many credits did I use?
they said go into subscription.
There you go. Monthly AI credits, 10,000 of 250,000. Thank you, Dave.
Okay, so Daniel says, I signed up last Black Friday for the pro membership. That was $900 for the annual and included the hat and the 33 mailers. What happens if I do sign up for the $990 tonight? And what happens if I don't?
If you don't sign up, nothing happens. You can log in and use your existing amount of credits that you have from the Black Friday deal in the new system. If you want to take advantage of the deal tonight, it would stack it on top of the deal you already have, just like I'm showing on my screen here. So if your deal from last Black Friday was 60,000 credits a month, tonight you can buy 20,000 more credits per month for a total of 80,000 credits. And the bill would be $990 for that. And those 20,000 credits per month would be stacked on top of your deal for 1 year from now till the next year. Stack maxing.
Michael asked, can we see the price history for a property? What's the last sale was and also the previous sale before that?
Yes, let's look at a property. .412 Jenny Lane, Carmel, Indiana, my very first property that I bought. Let's take a look and see if that bad boy has some price history that we can dive into.
Can you switch your screen, please?
Oh. Well, I turned it off on accident. All right, so in the price history for my property, I did buy it for $194,000 in 2017. And I also can see that it was listed as a rental. That's pretty cool. You can see every time I listed it for a rental, and you can see the rental price has gone up. So I most recently listed it for $28.99 in April. And dang, you got 27 events. Dave, you really outdid yourself, man. I love these this price history. So great example of what it looks like, guys.
Eric says he wants to buy in. He just needs to know if he's going to be getting charged twice, or will I be charged the $990 a year when my current year-long subscription is up?
So whatever your current plan is right now, it stays in place. This stacks on top of it. So if you want to take advantage of this and you want to discard your old plan, then what you would do is you would take advantage of this and then you would cancel the old plan. Is that right, Dave?
Yeah, Dave is answering him. Pava, welcome. Great to hear that you're in.
That's right. So Dave said, yes, I was accurate on that. So if you want to take advantage of the 33% off, buy the $990 deal now, then go into your plans and subscriptions and select the monthly plan that you started with and cancel it. you still get all those credits until the end of that period, even though you cancel that monthly plan today. That's how it would work. Or you can keep both. But if I'm hearing correctly, you did not want to do that. You just wanted the current 33% off deal for the $990. So you would be able to execute that, as I mentioned there.
Okay, Michael has a follow-up for this property here. It says that you bought it at 194K, and before that it was bought at 125K. Is that 125K previous sale something that we can pull out through the API?
All right, so this is like an annual deal, is that right, Elise?
This is for just finding out like if they could pull this information of the past sale history through
not
the
a deal.
API.
Yep, absolutely. You can pull everything from the API that you can see in the interface. I mean, literally everything.
Dre, there is not a referral code when signing up tonight. You just follow the link from the offer that's listed in the chat and in the sticky message above. You can go ahead and click those and that'll take you to it. What happens to the legacy monthly plan if you upgrade to the new plan tonight?
Good question. If you have a legacy monthly plan, nothing will change. When you take advantage of this annual plan, it stacks on top of your monthly legacy plan. So if you want to take advantage of this and get rid of your legacy plan, those are the two steps you do. You take advantage of this, and then you'd go into your subscriptions, you'd see your legacy plan, and you would cancel that if that's what you wanted to do.
How does it work if we are using an affiliate code?
No change.
I just logged into the new account, but it looks like all my lists didn't get imported into the new system, even though they were supposed to. Max, those should be moving over.
Oh yeah, it might be on a little delay.
Yeah.
We got you covered. Don't worry. It's not lost.
But I was going to say, Max, it will get over, but if it does take some time, just reach out to us through chat and we'll make sure you're taken care of. Shireen, no, your screen, if you're in the new system, your screen will not say classic. It'll just be like everybody else's, but when you go into your subscriptions, it'll show that your plan from what you have already. Joe, I'm late. What did I miss, bruh? Joe, so much, but it's okay. I don't even know how to sum it up in like a sentence. The new evolution of DealMachine is here and you should go sign in. Go to www.dealmachine.com.
Austin, welcome, man. I recognize you. Austin's asking, do Legacy Pro Plus members get access to the API? Yeah. So your Pro Plus membership is 60,000 export credits per month. So when you come to the system and you log in, you do the forgot password, now you're in. Nothing more is purchased. You're going to see that you have 60,000 credits right here because that's from your Legacy Pro Plus plan. The billing won't change. You'll just have 60,000 credits in the new system with access to the API, just like everyone. So also, he says, when it comes to the exports, I typically use the select all 200 columns feature. How does that work with the credit system? Great question. So if I am going to my past search history, I'll just pick a random tired landlord, senior absentee owner list. And then I'm going to go to the grid view. So I can select a reasonable amount of properties. I don't need to export all 362,000. A segment of 500 would be nice. So let's say you're probably using the contact list, Austin, which is one contact per row. So if a property has 2 owners, it's going to be 2 rows, one for each contact. Require phone number, yes. This is the money saving filter right here. This whole category should be called money saving filters because that's what makes it 9% cheaper for cold callers and 43% cheaper for texters. All right. And then you can do mobile numbers only or not. Fields. Let's talk about fields. So for every contact, any type of contact field, you can add all these and it's still just going to charge you 1 credit per contact. Okay. It's also going to include the property address. It's not going to charge a property credit for that. But if you want to add the property number of bathrooms, now you're charged a property credit. So that's how it works. But adding more property credits doesn't charge any more property credits. It's just 1 property credit for any type of property detail other than the address when you're exporting.
Dave is headed out for the night, but I want to give a big shout out to Dave for helping out tonight.
Big shout out to Dave. Thank you. Thank you, Elise. You're great.
Jennifer, I did go back to your question. If you wanted to do the $990 plan monthly, you would just, you wouldn't be able to take advantage of this sale because it is for annual only. You could go and do pro on monthly though, if that works better for you.
Larry Ditter says, based on Larry's question, I think he must have bought the Black Friday deal last November. And so he's asking if he buys the plan now, will he also have a renewal of his Black Friday plan in November? So the answer is yes, but what you could do is cancel that renewal for that Black Friday plan if you only, if you didn't want that to renew. So you can do that now while still taking advantage of the data that it would give you through November. So that is how it will work, Larry. So Shireen wants to know, how do I get help via chat? Well, perfect timing. Sabrina's answering my chat. So the way to get to that is just to go click your name, click contact support, and then this chat box pops up.
Yay, Shaquila is signed in. Woohoo!
Nathan says his AI credits ran out within a week. Well, I'm glad you're loving it. So to get more AI credits, you don't have to stop asking questions. I just want to make sure I don't need to pay more. So Nathan, if you're running out of AI credits, the best thing to do is just give the API key to your existing Claude subscription. Okay, that's what I would recommend. If you're like running out of AI credits, your Claude subscription with the API key is more powerful and more reliable than using this thing. Okay, so this thing is just for little things like, hey, pull me this list, or like add these 40 zip codes to the filters so I don't have to like click 40 zip codes. That's what you should use this for occasionally. You're a power user, Nathan, so you need to use, just give I know you have a Claude subscription if you're using it this much. So just give the API key and the API docs to your Claude subscription that you already have, and then you don't have to worry about AI credits in DealMachine. You're welcome, Nathan. We're going to go, I recommend coming to night 3 on Wednesday night because, Nathan, we're going to go over that specifically in more detail.
And I do also want to say, even after tonight, we have office hours tomorrow that do start going over the new system where you guys can go and chat one-on-one with our customer success team and go over a lot of your questions too that come up. So don't feel like, you know, if you come up with a question and you don't know where to go for the answer, you can definitely go and ask questions there as well.
Good tip.
Ooh, is Claude better than ChatGPT to use with DealMachine? We both.
What I would recommend, so it doesn't matter if you use Claude or ChatGPT. What matters is you choose the right model. So if you're giving an API key to one of your models, you want to make sure it's not Sonnet because that is not for coding. You want to make sure you're using Opus. Fable is, you don't need Fable because that's too much for using the API, but you just want to make sure you're using the model that is good for coding, and that is what you should use. So that's the biggest gotcha when people try to give the API key to their agent is they give it to Sonnet or some model that's just not good for coding, and it's going to give you weird responses.
Okay, I'm gonna let you answer this one from Jeff. I'm so behind on AI, so I have no clue what you're all talking about with AI credits. That's totally okay, Jeff. Is that the biggest advantage of signing up for this new version?
No, you don't have to use anything AI. Honestly,
Yeah,
you can
it's
use these
faster.
filters. Yeah. The
This
advantage.
new- Go ahead, sorry, Dave.
The advantages of using the new system is it's 43% cheaper for texters because it has filtering before you get charged the data credit. It's 9% cheaper for cold callers on average because you get filters to only get the properties you need before you export and get charged the data credit. All the filters that you're used to using, they are here, and you can click them and you can search them and you can filter nationwide or statewide. Those are the advantages for moving into the new system. So the cost savings, the wide range of filtering, and the speed, and those are all reasons. So you don't need AI to take advantage of any of those three.
Shaquila, I'm gonna answer this one for you. So how do we get the hat? Really great question. For those of you who have purchased during the webinar, you're going to be getting an email that's going to be sent to you, and you're going to get a very personalized link to take you to our Shopify store. You don't have to buy the hat with those credits. There are other things. I know that you asked if there is, I think, a t-shirt. There is a t-shirt in there, but we only give you enough to cover the cost of a hat. But you can use those funds to get a different swag piece if you'd like. But yeah, that'll be sent to you in an email from support after the webinar, probably either later tonight or tomorrow morning. Austin, thank you so much for joining. We love having you here.
I echo that. Very nice to see you.
Sheldon, should I use Claude Code or Claude Cowork?
So I think both will work, but I can just say for sure I use Code and I use Opus. I feel like sometimes Cowork might be using Sonnet, and I can't remember because I don't use it. I could just encourage you to probably switch to Code, choose a folder in your documents for your working space, and then toggle it to Opus, and then that's how I would do it.
Hey Leo, this is the best deal for right now. I know you're part of Springboard, but this is the best deal we have right now going on. And then Larry, I never run up against my 60,000 export limit now, but it seems like with this has more items charged, and I may be in jeopardy of being charged extra each month for the system. And there are a couple people who, and then Daniel wanted to add to that, if he adds 990 special tonight, the 20,000 credits add to my current Black Friday plan of 60,000. But if I cancel the legacy plan renewal coming this November, then my credit will revert only to 20,000 per month.
Yes. That's all accurate, but there will be a big sale for Black Friday again that you could take advantage of if you wanted to pick the credit amount back up. So to your point on how it's cheaper. So most people are just using us to get the phone number, email, contact data. They're using property filters to build the list, but they're not exporting the property liens and bedrooms and bathrooms. And so for that reason, when you select all those property details, which is probably how you use it, if you're calling or texting, you actually have more filters now. So you don't get charged for the property like before that has no phone number that you could use. You're also not charged for a property credit in the new system unless you're like exporting all of the mortgages and liens and stuff like that. So hopefully that clears it up for you. But you can get in there by just logging in, and you actually get 5,000 extra credits that you can use anytime. So yeah, I can't imagine where you're going to get, there's definitely going to be no surprise charges. I'll say that it's not how it works. You would have to actually go buy a different subscription if you wanted like more. We will be sharing the 2-hour+ video replay. There's also a 90-minute detailed property system overview and demo on our YouTube account now, right, Elise? I haven't seen that yet, but I heard it was pretty sick and detailed.
Yeah, I will share the link in the chat for everybody.
Thank you for doing that.
And someone was asking about the onboarding, the one-on-one onboarding. Yes, you will also be getting your special onboarding. Calls will be in that email as well with your swag. And I also wanted to let you guys know though, you do still, even if when you get those special onboarding, you still can go to those regular onboarding sessions that are every day of the week, I believe.
How big is the credit value? Well, the deal tonight is for 20,000 credits per month, and then you're getting 5,000 bonus credits.
Oh, thank you, Daniel. We really appreciate you too.
Oh, Daniel, thank you so much, man.
And Jeff, thanks, Jeff.
I like it when you read it too, Elise, because then my other streams can hear the question. Everybody can hear the question.
Oh.
You've already been doing it. I love it. I think it's good.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. Would I get charged extra if I want to stay with the old deal machine, even though I did the forgot password and I already entered into the new deal machine?
I think you can still use the old deal machine.
Yeah.
When you you can log back into the old deal machine at any time. So the way to do that, I don't want to log out again because then I'll have to like do my YouTube login.
They said they think they figured it out.
Okay.
Thank you, Leo. But this is a good question. Is the 5,000 bonus credit a one-time bonus or is it every month? It is a one-time bonus credit.
Mm-hmm.
Just for logging in if you're a classic legacy user.
Juries, what's up? Hillary, what's up? Love seeing you guys. We're 2 hours deep into a webinar.
Billy, congratulations. Welcome to the community. What's the new URL for the office hours? Kelly, it should still be, if you go to, I will get you the URL, but it should still be the old one.
No, it's not working. I just went to it.
Okay. I will then.
We'll talk to Dave.
Yeah, I was going to say, I will talk to Dave to get that figured out.
I slacked him.
Oh, thank you. I was just about to do the same thing. Tell Jerry's that Shaquila says hi.
He's on here on Instagram.
We paying monthly for the DM Pro monthly plan. Does it make financial sense to upgrade tonight without having to pay a monthly subscription for the next year?
Yep.
Yeah.
You get like 3.5 months off when you take advantage of the offer.
Yeah.
Just make sure to cancel your monthly if you don't want it to stack.
Roy, if you're unable to sign in or reset your password, try reaching out to our support. I know you guys, if you could just, I know it's a lot because they're having a really big influx of chats tonight. Promise they will get to you. Promise. What is the difference between the new and old deal machine?
So, yeah. I'm going to do this with slides. I think that'll help. To recap everything from tonight, I'm David Lago, CEO of DealMachine. We're going to talk about where we've been, the problem, what we've been building, and what it means for you. So 18 months ago, we came out with all this really great phone number data, and we made it 20 times cheaper. There's 50% more of you now since we did that because you guys loved the data. The problem was that the data was scattered in CSVs, and you guys wanted more data than we frankly anticipated, and the system just couldn't handle it. So sometimes it was a bit slow. And then many times, if you were trying to export for texting or cold calling, you would still have to pay to export the property only to find out later that it didn't have a phone number. So we wanted to make the best data in the industry as voted by you and in the software subscriptions that you signed up for, faster, countrywide, not just 5 counties. That's the old system could only let you search for 5 counties, and wired into every tool that you already use, including AI. So we gave you the best data, the best price, and it's more powerful and connected with the next evolution of DealMachine. You have the old system on the right, you can only search 5 counties. And the new system on the right, sorry, it was the old system's on the left, the new one's on the right, lets you search nationwide. And I demonstrated that you can search in like 1 second. Also, the mobile app is got the new interface as well, and it's fast compared to the old one, which lagged sometimes. So you've got the AI search in the new one. So you can say, hey, add these 40 zip codes. And instead of like clicking the filter 40 times, it'll just do it for you. You can also say like, hey, I need 10,000 leads. The property card is totally customizable, so you can get the most relevant data for you up top. We talked about like an investor wants to see the ARV in the calculator, but a mortgage lender trying to get refinances would prefer to see the mortgage info. You can research for free, unlimited times in the interface with the heat maps. We've got direct mail, driving for dollars, and Zapier. And we also have an API now that you can use for skip tracing. And so we demonstrated it searches all these properties and people in like just a couple of seconds. It also, many of you guys had multiple DealMachine accounts to get more data than we allowed in the Pro Plus. And so this, you don't have to switch accounts. Like there's no limit to how many properties you can export in the new DealMachine. It'll remember it like an elephant. You don't have to clear it out because before you can only have like 120,000 leads in the account and you could export 60,000 per month. So that means to export on the 3rd month, you had to clear something out. And that's where the new system doesn't have that limit. It remembers it like an elephant. So you never export the same thing in month 3 that you already did in month 1 on accident. It's also really fast. We gave it to one of our customers, Kronos Solutions, and they said, man, this is good news. It's a lot faster. We were early testing and they encountered a little bug. I was like, we'll fix it tomorrow, but just pull from the old DealMachine. And they said, no, we'll wait. We really like the new system a lot faster. It helps them work a lot more efficiently because it just reacts, and that was worth waiting for them. So I thought that was good. So I did a demo. I showed you how to prospect, how to get the deep insights on people and properties, and how to act on the data through exporting, through direct mail, via the API, and through Zapier connections. So then we did Q&A, and we talked about the data credits and the wallet. So the data credits includes property details and contact details. The wallet is marketing credits you use for sending mail. Viewing a property is free. There's no charge to look at all those details. Filtering it's also free on all this stuff. If you export a property's like loans or liens or details, I mean, you can even build your own app on top of our API with your normal DealMachine subscription. So if you're doing that and you're sending the details through an API credit, we charge a credit. Revealing a contact in the app costs a credit as well as exporting it. But if you export the same person you revealed in the app, it doesn't charge you twice. It dedupes those credits. And what it means for you is you only pay for the people that you actually want. Before, a lot of times if somebody was texting, this customer is getting his data 43% cheaper because he would pay for 41,000 properties exported, but it only included 23,000 mobile phone properties with mobile phones. And so now he's able to filter that before he gets charged the data credit. For a person who was cold calling, they could use landlines too. And he was going from 41,000 to 37,000 people with phone numbers. So again, it was cheaper because he was only paying now in the new system for the data he actually needed for what he was doing. This also solves the problem. The account remembers all of your past exports like an elephant. So you don't accidentally export something you have in a CSV on your computer from 3 months ago. Also, if you have multiple accounts, which many of you guys did to get more data, they didn't see each other. So there was a high risk that your VAs would export the same thing from both accounts, which is not really very efficient, and why the new system is a great value in terms of saving you guys money, only paying for what you need. So we offered a 33% full pro capacity with 20,000 data credits per month, 33% off. And if you take advantage of that tonight, you will also get 5,000 extra one-time credits plus a DealMachine hat plus onboarding. And your rate will never change on that $990 per year. It's going to stay locked. It's not going to go up. It stacks on your existing plan. So that's new. So if you have an existing plan, you are adding to it unless you cancel your existing plan. And the credits merge to one pool. So let's say you have 60,000 credits already in your Pro Plus and you take advantage of the new offer tonight. They're going to combine for a total of 80,000 credits per month. If you buy during this, you get 5,000 bonus credits, a free DealMachine hat, and a free onboarding. So you can get the full deal for $990, or you can just sign in and still get some bonus credits, and it'll import your existing plan. So if you want to get into the new system, you go to the login page, you enter your email, you press forgot password, and then you get the code to log in. That's how you get the 5,000 credits. So we already gave away a $990 plan tonight, but if you come back tomorrow, we'll be spinning the wheel again for a chance to win $990. But again, if you want all those bonuses, take advantage of the deal by midnight. So that is a recap of everything we covered. And tomorrow is going to be how to find the right deal, search by name, address, phone, new motivation filters. We're going to be diving deep into those actual filters. And then tonight one is tonight. Night three is close the deal. And we're going to have a special AI session to help you guys who are using Claude and Codex with your API keys to build apps, to write blog posts with the research data in DealMachine, and so much more. So I hope you guys join us, especially for that night three. How'd I do, Elise?
You did great. That was very impressive.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Braylon is wondering if he can enter more than 5 zips now.
Oh yeah, unlimited number of zips. You can do them all.
Roy wants to ask if there's any plans to add commercial property data.
Okay, he wants to know if there is commercial property data.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I would do is property type.
George.
And I would do like a multifamily, or you could even do additional property types. Like you could do cell towers. You could do.
Oh, can you switch your screen?
Oh, thanks. Warehouses. You could do strip malls. Strip malls. I did strip mall. Wait a minute. Oh, shopping center, strip center. Strip center / mall. Yeah. So the answer is yes. I think that's what you're looking for there. And then of course you could do unit count as well. If you're doing like multifamily and you want to do like 100 plus units, you could do that. It would be under unit count. Number of, oh, that's mortgages. Where do units go? Let's see. Oh, number of commercial units. Yep.
This was a question asked quite a bit, and I know Dave was kind of answering them, but any plans to bring back the dialer?
We don't have a dialer yet, but we do have this thing called apps and integrations, which should be a really interesting place for a dialer to go, I think. So.
How fresh is the data, liens, prorate, tax liens, et cetera, compared to pulling directly from county?
The liens are accurate. The code enforcement I pull from the county and import it using this easy AI importer under lists here. And you just drag your list in here. It detects the APN and stuff like that. And it makes it just way easier than manually lining up. So you got address, coordinates, APN. Yeah. We have a office hours link up now. So the original office hours link was dealmachine.com/office hours. And it may take 30 minutes for that to come online. But in the meantime, we have offers.dealmachine.com/office-hours that does work.
Jesse said, so if people already had 100,000 prospects, they lose them to log into the new system. No, you can have them all transferred over.
Yeah. Where do you get to that list again? What list? I don't know which one he's talking about. Lists. I just clicked import list. I had this list on my desktop. Yeah, we still do have a lot of people on here, AJ. 129. People are asking great questions.
Excuse me. Oh, Jeff was saying the code list.
I'm gonna get a little water. Oh, code lists. Gotcha. Yeah, different counties have that on their website in different formats. So you just Google your county and try to grab that. I'm getting water, but I can hear you.
Javier, I had the $149 a month plan, but unfortunately stopped 3 months ago. Will this be a better plan than that $149 plan I had? Javier, you would be saving money on doing it annually just because you get about 3 months free. If you were doing $149 a month.
What plan was
I'm not
that?
sure.
Yeah, I think this is a better one. I think that's the entry plan, 119, because we had 119, 179, and 249. So I think what you had was 10,000 credits a month for 119. So this is better. This is 20,000 credits a month for the equivalent of $89 per month. So this is better.
Would it be able to pull data from a PDF when uploading into the importer?
You can throw the PDF into ChatGPT and make it CSV first. You might also be able to throw a PDF in here. Our own, let's see. I don't have a PDF handy, but let me look. What else you got, Elise? I don't know if I have that.
Yeah. How is the quality of DealMachine Litigator Scrub?
Oh, it's the best quality for sure. Litigator Scrub is solid. I've doubled and spot checked it. There's not that many cases, first of all, for realist. Well, I'll say this. What you could do is you could go to the cases that exist, and you could look who is the plaintiff, and then you could type that person in here on the people search, and then you could see if they're on there or not. So that's like a very quick way to check the litigator scrub. And so if you want cases, just like Googling DealMachine TCPA case law, I know we've got this blog post out here. So who is the plaintiff? You just need to go look, like, who is the plaintiff in these Jantz versus home run offer? Who's Jantz? You know, who's the first person? Oh, this is a Westlaw link. You get the idea. So yeah, I've done that. It's great.
As category, do you now have an ability to indicate the properties you own and indicate whether they are rental, sub-2, lease options, or rehabs in progress?
What I like to do is I like to go to my properties here. Am I sharing?
Nope.
Okay, Jenny Lane. First of all, you can just star the property right here so that it's like saved. And then on my lists, I have a list of like saved properties. Or where do those saved properties go? Oh, saved records right here. Saved properties. And this is like the starred. So what you could also open this up and you could add a special list called My Properties. And you could make a new list called My Properties. You following? And then you could clarify rehabs versus just general properties and start adding properties to designate it like that. I think that's what they were asking.
How do I pull properties in a zip code?
You go to Find My Properties locations and then 78701 or whatever your zip code is, and that's how you do it.
What does it mean when it says renter under a prospect's name?
It means they're not the owner. It means they're living in the house as a renter.
Gabriel, how can I talk with someone tomorrow?
Office hours.
Office hours.
The link to that is putting it in the chat. There you go. offers.dealmachine.com/office-hours.
Does your app provide for dummy users, whenever a prospect is added, DM automatically text the most likely owner, and all you do is wait for the seller to say yes or no to seller replying to your registered number?
Sorry, was that a question?
Yeah, we don't, I think what they're asking, and Jesse, tell me if I'm wrong, but we don't have a way to, like, we don't have a texting platform in there. But if you have you could set up a Zapier where a prospect is added, and if you have a texting platform, you can have it text that prospect from the data that we have.
Emmanuel has a Teams account and he can't log into the new platform with the old login. So what you have to do is forgot password, Emmanuel. So you first put in your email, which is going to be like Emmanuel plus admin at your domain.com. And then once you press continue, instead of entering a password, click forgot password on the new platform. And then that will send you a code via email to create a new password in the new platform. So that's how you log in. Log in there. J-Rod Buys Houses says, how do I pull a stacked list? So you just keep adding filters, that's how you do it. You're looking at absentee owned and run down. Well, add on also tax delinquent. Now you've stacked them, that's how it works.
Jeff said, can you clarify the marketing credits again? He just signed up for the new, and do I need a contact support to transfer over?
Yeah, so marketing credits were used for direct mail before. It's now just called like the wallet. So yes, you do need to contact support and say, can you please transfer my marketing credits to the new system if you had a balance of mail credits on the old system that you want to transfer to the new system.
Justin Arnold, thank you for the laugh on that one. And thank you, Summer, for helping Justin out. Yeah, so Jesse, yeah, okay, good. I'm glad I got it right. So yeah, if you even use the API, if you use any type of agent, you can definitely do that too, to make sure you're hooking it up to whatever texting platform you use. Okay. Oh, can we create custom fields and search by them in the new DealMachine?
Custom fields, let's see. Now you're testing my
I was going to say,
knowledge.
I want to say custom fields are coming. I don't think they are in there yet.
I think so too. Mm-hmm. What about on the mobile app? Can you add a note? It seems like you can.
The mobile app, you should be able to add a note, but yeah, the custom fields. Oh, this is a good one. Can you add additional columns to the list property views, the grid view. Only columns I have is property contact and date saved. Where do I add or modify columns? There should be a button in the right corner
Edit
of
columns.
the grid view that says edit columns.
Oh yeah, I didn't share my screen, but here it is. I had it pulled up here. So yeah, on the grid view on the very right, there's an edit columns option, and then you can click edit columns. Add the driveway. I was kidding. You don't probably care about the driveway.
Okay, Payba is saying when I upload a list I already drove for dollars, say it's 200. And then if I need to skip trace them, it would be another 200 credits. Sorry, Payba, I'm just trying to work through this one. My imports would be 10,200 minus 200. If I need to skip trace them, it would be another 200 credits. The final details, that's another 200 credits. Depending on who you want, if you want all of them, if it's 200, if you want all 200 to be like revealed, then it would be yes. Let me see. No, you support chat does not use AI credits. Hey, Payba, I get it. I'm getting sleepy too. Have you ever thought about having the app offline mode for when there is LTE or really slow cell data?
We have thought about it. It's coming, I think, in the future. It would be easier to implement in this new version than the old version.
Oh, thank you. Jesus says, by the way, you are all awesome. Love it.
Thank you.
He says it works for the property view, but the columns isn't listed in the list view. He was asking about the editing columns. Jesus, if you could send a screen grab of and send it to support just so they kind of know what you're seeing, because I'm not quite sure if I understand it.
Yeah, so I can scroll through these columns like this, right? And I can add to the columns as well. The assessed improvement value is what I just added here. Is he talking about exporting, or is he just talking about?
No, just, I think that, well, maybe, I don't know. Could you clarify, Jesus, are you talking about when exporting or when looking in the grid view? Jeff, will my postcard plans merge over to the new system? Jeff, if you're talking about your designs, I don't believe they're going to move over to the new system, but you can recreate them.
Yes. So, yeah, what you could do is you could take a screenshot of a picture of your old design and then add it to this AI designer and say, please replicate this in the design. You know, see this little attachment here, the little paper clip.
Vilma, I apologize. I didn't see your question before. Is there any way to adjust the records? I brought a property and the data is incorrect.
Which aspect of it? There's not, but which aspect, I wonder?
Thank you, Justin Arnold. What's the best API to use, like to bridge with Smarter Contact SMS?
Yeah, so what I would do is if you have Claude, you say, hey, I have the DealMachine app, I have the API, here's the documentation. Can you please look for any new properties added to DealMachine and bring it over to my Smarter Contact every day at 8 a.m. And that would be one solution.
I joined live not too long ago. I need both DealMachine and Unveiled.
Unveiled is just the event. It's not the product. So we just have like an old and new deal machine, and we just covered tonight what the advancements are in the new one and how you can try it out.
Was the app's layout different or the same as the old one?
Oh, it's different, but it's got the same filters and the same data. It's just faster. You can search a wider area, and it's also going to be cheaper because you can filter out properties from your total export that you don't have phone numbers for that you would need.
Well, yeah, it is really slick. I gotta say, it's real slick. Vilma says no, for the data being incorrect, it's not a house, it's just land.
Yeah, I just wondered which aspect of the data was wrong.
What is the value of the 20K credits?
$150 per month. So you're getting it for the equivalent of $82 per month when you get the annual deal.
Okay, thank you, Michael, for the clarification. Dispo Joe wants to know how many list pools or what all does that get you for 20K credits?
20,000 people's phone numbers or emails, or 20, that's how it is equivalent. One person contact info is 1 credit.
Jesus was talking about for the columns, it was in the list view, so in the grid view. Yeah, Jesus, if you're having issues with that, definitely reach out to support because we want to get that fixed for you if there's any reason why they
Right.
because we want you to be able to customize that.
Yeah, if there's an issue, I wonder what it is. So maybe there's something different about his browser that's not in mine.
Pava is concerned about needing to use 20 credits for 1 lead. You should not have to use 20 credits for 1 lead.
Oh, I didn't see that question.
It's in the Q&A.
Oh, okay.
No, Anthony, so postcard information doesn't transfer over, but like David said, you can take a screenshot of the postcard that you have in your in the system, and then you can upload it into the postcard creator in the new system, and then it should replicate the whole thing for you. Jesus wanted to say that the AI support assistant is fantastic. You all have outdone yourselves. When I asked the AI support, they answered it. You're not missing anything. The property list view doesn't currently have a way to modify or customize the columns.
I think it's not correct. You should talk to a human.
Yeah. Still talk to someone, Jesus. I appreciate you saying that they're fantastic, but you definitely should be able to customize that.
The AI doesn't know if you're using the old or the new system, I think.
Oh, can you show where the postcard creator is?
Yeah, you just go to the direct mail app, and then you go to the design creator, and you could say, please make me a pink and purple high contrast postcard. So I guess you better make that purple, real dark purple, and ask if they would like to get a cash offer on their house. If so, please call or text me. What's up, Drew Skiles? Thanks for wishing us to have a good launch. Whoa, look at that. It did a pink and purple gradient. Wasn't expecting that. That's fancier than I would have done myself. There you go. That's the creator. It just created a brand new postcard from scratch. So you could even edit that if you wanted to. And and then you could just hit publish, and you could use that in your postcard campaigns. So if you have like an existing design, you should be able to upload it and have it recreate it like very easily.
Jennifer is asking, can we comp land with the new system? Can I access the new deal machine at $9.90, but we are paying monthly? Go ahead, you can just answer that one.
Yeah, so first of all, I'm gonna go look in the state of Texas for some vacant land, and I'll do property type. And I'll do vacant land. And yes, you can comp the land. So let me be comping it. Let me be loading it, and go down to the comparables. So it's actually got 2 comps by default, and there's some settings here on the comps tool though. So we want property type to be vacant land, and turn off bedroom, bathroom, and living area, and just turn on acreage. And let's give that a shot. One comp, but we could expand the radius to 2 miles, and we got a second comp there. So that's how you would comp land. Pretty neat. Oh, look, you can even generate a report. Let's generate a report. Because sometimes you want to give that comps to the seller, right? You just want to show
them. Are the credits per month?
Yes, monthly credits.
Okay, and then speaking back to the spending 20 credits per, could you just, Pego is saying, I'm confused because if he has 10,000 for space a month, that doesn't include the skip trace. So I'd use 1 lead for address, 1 for contact, 1 for lien, 1 for personal information, 1 per data point.
No,
that is not how that works, but David can get you, we can clarify that for you.
Yeah, so if you're just skip tracing a lead, you give it the address and you want the contact info. Let's say there's 1 owner, you do 1 credit, even though you're getting all 3 phone numbers for that 1 owner. If there's 2 owners, then you're using 1 credit per person for all the phone numbers each person has. If you're wanting the address alone, that does not cost a property credit. If you want to view the property in the app, that does not cost a property credit. But if you wanted to include on your export the history of liens, the beds and baths, the roofing material, all these property things, then that would just cost 1 property credit. You wouldn't cost multiple property credits for multiple fields. You just have 1 property credit used for any of those attributes exported. How was that?
That was good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yo, look at this report. I'm kind of pumped to see what it looks like. Expert comps analysis. It could have added some color, but I think this is pretty badass. Maybe it could add a photo too of the land. Let's see. All right, what else you got?
Let's see. We went over credits. Leo, so it is, the new app is live for Android. It's still going through approval with iOS, but it should be up soon. I have the pro plan. If I don't upgrade, do I get access to the new platform? Yes, you do, Emma. You get to sign in and you will have access to the new platform. Normally I have 30K exports. Are those now AI credits? Those are now going to be data credits. AI credits are going to be a separate thing that you do still have. So your data credits are going to be the 30K exports. Justin, if you purchased through for tonight during the webinar, yes, you get onboarding with Ryan, and there will be an email sent to you after this with a link to it. You can answer this one if you want to, David. Do y'all have any agent info for properties that were listed?
We sure do.
Sure
So
do.
you could look for people that are agents. First of all, is a real estate agent. You can get a list of real estate agents who live in Dallas, Texas. And then you can also filter by the number of deals that they've done, listings in the last 12 months. This is pretty sick. All right, so there's 90 people in Dallas, Texas who've had over 51 but less than 100 listings in the last 12 months, okay? So you could view them and you could see they driving that Tesla Model S. That's so cool to see. These are the companies they own. Look at that. They have 6 companies. And then here's all their listings. They've done 281 total volume and 247 listings total. So this person's pretty damn good. That's pretty cool. So is that what you're asking? I think that's what they were asking. If you're on the property view, then you could also see the real estate agent from this way as well. I saw it earlier. Listing history. I did see this earlier, but now I'm not sure exactly where it was. I saw it on my property, on the Jenny Lane property. Maybe I'll go back to that real quick. I did have a lien on there. I forgot to pay my taxes once. Man, I definitely saw it, and now I'm forgetting where it's at. Sorry.
David, while you're looking up, I think we need to, could you show,
listing agent Ben Crouch. That's where it was. Go ahead.
Yeah, could you look up a property and just show how the credits, if you were to reveal how many credits could add up during this? People are a little concerned about, I think there's still just some misunderstanding, so I want to maybe give them a visual of
okay. Yeah, so if you're exporting this one property, let's see. Are there 4 property owners on this? Let's see. Primary decision maker, let's see, the owner, Luanco Holdings. So somebody was asking, can you get the LLC owner of the property? So these are all 4 likely owners. That's probably rare since it's the LLC one. Let's look at a different one. Owner and family member. This is a better one. So if I were to, which one did I just look at? This one. 84 North Unit 1402. Oh, shoot. 1402. Okay, so if I click this one, unclick that one, export. I want to contact list. There is one, because I'm only doing the owner, not family. If I wanted to do the family member, then it would be 2 credits because there's 2 people, 2 contacts from one property. But I just want the owners. And then further, I only want property owners that have a phone number. I'm not paying. So let's see if they have a phone number. I believe they do. Also, if you're ever uptight about it or you're concerned about it, it shows you the estimate before you end up spending any credits. So like it shows you one contact, one property. If you are going to add a bunch of this has all the contact fields, honestly. Auto insurance claim risk, right? You can add all this stuff and it's still going to cost 1 credit. The only additional credit that you would use is if you decided to add a property type like number of bedrooms, bathrooms, living area square feet, building condition. Like if you add all those, then it would also cost you 1 property credit. See, this contact export includes property fields beyond the address, so it also uses property credits. Address field, do not add property credits. I think it says, so it's 1 credit per unique property when you have the property detail fields, plus 1 credit per unique contact. And so you can get the estimate again before you would click export. Oh, our event max duration is about to end. I can't believe it's already been 3 hours.
I was just about to say we have 15 minutes left.
How do I search for one specific property? Okay, here you go. You type in, you click this magnifying glass right here, and then you just type in a property address, or you can type in a phone number. Like that. Yeah, that is crazy, right? You can find your old searches. Oh yeah, so Maria, when you migrate and log into the new DealMachine for the first time, it'll ask you if you want to import your lists. And once you click that, it may take some hours for them to appear in the new DealMachine, but if you click yes, they'll appear in there. So if it's over 24 hours and you haven't seen them import yet, then you can reach out to us, but they should be imported for you. Elise, any more questions?
Yes, I'm a Legacy Pro user. Normally 1 data credit includes everything, all owners' contact info. Is that still the same, or will I be charged 2 credits now for the same house with 2 owners?
You're charged 2 credits for the same house with 2 owners, but you're now able to filter out all the properties you were previously exporting that had no phone number or had no mobile phone number. So when I did an analysis, this was 43% cheaper for a specific Teams customer because he was exporting 41,000 properties, but only 23,000 of them had mobile phones, but he was paying for the 41,000. Also, when he was cold calling, he was actually 9% cheaper on the new system because there were only 37,000 unique contacts and he was paying for 41,000 properties before. So it is a different credit metering system, but it is more efficient because you have money saving filters before you pay for any credits. And that was a unique aspect of the new system.
If the property data changes, do we have to pay again in the same month?
If the property data changes, no, correct. No, you don't. Mm-mm.
It only costs credits to export, question.
Yeah. So for the properties, you can view all those details and you can filter all those details. There's no cost for that. If you are getting the phone number, there you do press the button to reveal them, which then charges the credit.
Pava, thank you for the feedback. We will make sure that we talk about that more. Paul G, oh, so much has happened. New, awesome. David, do you want to do provide a summary of what's happened thus far?
Hey, Paul, we're 3 hours into the event. I'm really glad you could join us. But in summary, we came out with a new version of DealMachine, and it gives you a lot more flexibility to filter out only the data that you need. So it's 43% cheaper for texters and 9% cheaper for cold calling. But there's a new credit system. So the way it's charging credits is per person, but you can filter out a lot of those properties and people that don't have the data you're looking for. So overall, it's cheaper. It also, previously you could only search by 5 counties, but now you can search nationwide, and it's so much faster. We searched all across the nation for like all the absentee owned properties, and it finished the search in like 1 second. And so, yeah, it's just like really fast, really powerful. And if you have AI, you've got a full API. You can give your agent to do everything in the app without even using the app. Your AI agent can do it. So that's pretty much it. How did you find real estate agents and the amount of deals that they've done in your area? So you go to the people, and then you click on the real estate agent filter, and then the number of listings in the last 12 months. And you might want to add a location as well, but that's how you do it. Nelson, this is a great thing that you mentioned. You have 30,000 credits, but you need more. In the old system, you would have to jump to 60,000, but in the new system, you can just literally add 10 more thousand at a time. So yeah, you can go from 30 to 40,000. You can go from 40 to 50,000. There's actually more selectivity in the plans, or you could actually take advantage of our offer, which is 20 extra thousand per month for $990 per year, which is 33% off. And that's going to stack on top of the plan you already have, giving you some more data. So that would be my recommendation. And if you take advantage of that before midnight tonight, you also get a hat. You also get 5,000 extra data credits, and you also get a free onboarding session. So big deal. The way you get in there is you just go to DealMachine.com, you enter your email, and you click forgot password if you had an old account. But if you're having a new account, you can just sign up. Jared buys houses, can't log in on the mobile app. Well, the mobile app is not quite where you should go yet. You should just go to the website and make sure you enter your password there and click forgot password to get into the new system there. On Android, the new app is live, I'm being told, but on iPhone, the new app has not gone live yet. All right, I think it's time to wrap it up. I really appreciate you guys. Elise, do you have anything else you'd like to mention before we sign off?
No, just really appreciate you guys coming on, and look forward to seeing hopefully most of you tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to have a night 2 and a night 3. So please come back and we'll talk about more in-depth motivation filters, searching by never before able to be searched things like email and phone to find people, and kind of reverse engineer who owns what properties when you're doing deep research like that. And then night 3, I'm going to teach you guys how to really honestly build your own apps with AI using all of our data. And so that'll help you build internal tools. Like I am going to show an example of like, hey, this is a tool I made, just show the top 10 possible buyers for a particular property. And this is going to be a game changer for you guys. I'm so thankful you joined us. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night. Our support will still be here. If you have any questions after we end the webinar, what you can do is you can go to the bottom left inside of DealMachine, click contact support, go to messages, and then you can ask it a question. If I would recommend anything, just say, give me a human, because it's a new system. So I'm not quite sure all the answers are up to par here. So that would be my recommendation. And just thank you guys again. It's just been a pleasure to be on here with you guys tonight, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Happy deal finding, everybody. Signing off.